The following content are the expressed thoughts, views, ideas, and opinions of the individuals and guests of the Nerds Have Spoken podcast. This podcast may contain adult language and themes not suitable for children under the age of 17. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Please stand by while we wait for the cast of the Nerds Have Spoken. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah. I actually wanted to buy his knife.
Really?
The knife.
Yeah. I wanted to buy that knife he sells.
I'm currently actually checking if I can get some kind of an Evo, because I think his stuff is just so good due to the Evo and everything. I'm trying to redo a lot of his recipes. I'm doing sauteed onions all the fucking time now with butter and oil. Like, I stepped my game up. Yeah. We got the Cholula sauce over here. They got that imported, so I'm trying so much shit from him now. Yeah. Like, lockdown at first wasn't good to me. Now it's even worse.
The only cooking show that I watch is not even really a cooking, but it's cooking related, is whenever Uncle Waja makes fun of somebody making chicken fried rice.
Like, I know that.
Why? There's no MSG.
I know.
No MSG.
What are you doing?
Oh, man. So, Wells, I looked at it. So we usually do it right after how was your week, that sort of thing. So we just want to do that. We want to kind of, we'll go to you, and then we'll have you at the end, and then you'll ask Levi, and then we'll kind of go from there. So.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, here
we
we go.
Across the top row.
Yep, exactly. Right.
Exact down.
Let's do it Wayne's World.
We'll flip this around so we know. Go top. So it's like me. You know.
Oh, you can do that? Oh shit.
Yeah. I could play fucking squares and everything. Look at that shit. So.
Squares.
Right. Magic squares on this shit. So yeah, we'll just go in order.
Square show, that'd be dope.
Oh yeah, really fuck with people, right? All right. What's up, y'all? This is Jason Lowry on the Nerds Have Spoken. I'm here with my partners in crime. I got Cold Effin' Spring. I got some Cocoa Smooth. I got some Jacks. And I got Levi. Yeah. How you guys doing this week?
Super cool.
Great, man. Doing great.
Yeah.
Like, cold over here is effing... Spring over here is effing cold. Like.
So how was your week, Tim K?
Good. It was good. Like... cold and all, but sunny. This is a weird kind of split thing. You know, you're getting out, you're looking out the window, it's all sunny, and it's this kind of sunny where the blue is getting all lighter and lighter down, and usually it's warm then, but it's not. So you're always packing up, always in a jacket, and then you're getting out, you're actually in the sun, and then you open it up again. This is not cool. But overall, it was actually pretty silent. Not much happened over here. Had a good day today with my dad. We were watching Avengers Endgame. He didn't know that yet.
Nice.
So just 3 hours nerding out a little bit. Did
he enjoy it?
Yeah, he enjoyed it a lot. But the thing is, he was at the start, he was just asking questions. And he was like, yeah, I know all the older ones, but I don't keep those in mind. Oh yeah, great. And I have to tell you all the everything on the new ones. Great stuff. So yeah, he cooked a little bit for us, some schnitzels, you know. So
nice. Yeah,
that was a good end to this week, I would say. So yeah, I don't know. What about you, Levi?
It was a pretty uneventful week, except for on Wednesday. Actually, we had a public shooting about 15 minutes from my house.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you guys might have heard about it on the news. It was actually made national news, like CNN, NBC. There was some sort of incident on Route 22, which is a highway not far from here, and he shot at some lady's car. She didn't realize her car had been shot. She pulled off and headed over to a local Wawa. And he either followed her or just coincidentally ended up going to that same Wawa and started shooting in the parking lot.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and he shot and injured a man in a Jeep, and he ended up killing a truck driver that was pumping gas.
What the fuck?
God.
Yeah,
dude, that's sad to hear.
Yeah, that was like 5 minutes from my work and 15 minutes from home. So
that shit puts stuff in perspective sometimes when it's so close to home. You know?
Yeah, well, it's scary. Like I mean, just having happened so close to home like that. That's crazy.
Right.
So
You know, from a really selfish point of view, I'd be really pissed if I died like now,
Mhm.
because like I still want to watch Dune before I. I want to see Dune. Well, yeah.
I love the sentence. I would be so pissed right now if I would die right now.
I got a lot of. There's a couple of movies I still want to see, and Dune was the biggest one right now. We should have seen that last year, but because of the, we couldn't. So
yeah, but
Steve Corvino virus.
other than that, things were pretty uneventful. So,
Well, that's like an empty mailbox, you know. It means no invoices. That's always good.
yeah. So,
Oh
Wow,
man,
that's crazy to hear, though, man.
Was that pretty much the rest of your week, or the craziness?
yeah, as far as the craziness goes, I mean, let's see here. Oh, we recorded. Actually, should I mention my podcast or anything? Or?
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second, because we're going to
Okay.
go ahead and just kind of give like a quick intro and all that here in a moment after we do the intros and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that was pretty much the things of note that happened to me this week. So,
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
yeah,
Those are
it was a
things that you wanna
doozy
talk
though.
about.
Not much happened, but the one thing that did happen was a doozy. So,
Okay.
But other than that, it was pretty smooth weekend. Other than that,
yeah.
nice.
So,
speaking of
Man.
smooth, you know what
Yeah,
I
smooth.
Moving on to Mr. Smooth.
So, other than taking my normal dosage of weekly red pills, watching Kevin Samuels, and working on my masculinity, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did
You
something
really
pretty
love him.
masculine today. I well, not today, but on Thursday, I went to this a cigar bar, and I don't know nothing about cigars. All I know is that I hung out with people who were really about that life, right?
Mhm.
And whatever it was that they had, I wanted more of it, because that shit actually, because I've had cigars before and I wasn't really impressed, especially since I was one of those kind of people. Since I was a former smoker, Newports were what I want, how I live. So cigars really didn't do nothing for me. Nothing beat my Newports back in the day. So me trying cigars for the, I guess, first time in a long time, it was a pleasant experience actually. And,
Cool.
and it was cool to be out in a public setting, without having to mask up,
Right.
in the cigar bar to smoke.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of neat. But yeah, that was the highlight of my, the non-nerdy part of my my week. Yeah, the cigar bar. But yeah, and I hope to be doing that more regularly. But man, these cigars are expensive. Like, well, I don't know the difference between really expensive cigars, whatever. But to me, like $20 a cigar is already kind of, expensive. So
Yeah,
at
that
least to me it
sounds
is,
crazy.
so. But that's what I
Nice,
smoked,
nice.
a $20 cigar, and I was like, ooh, okay.
Damn.
I guess that's what it.
Damn,
I
that
guess-
could be like maybe one pop.
That's two, almost, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
look at this. We got
yeah.
a recent addition come in.
That definitely could be 25.
Hi, do we know what time it is yet? I'm sorry I'm late.
Nope, not yet.
We don't know what time it is yet.
No. We're just doing
getting there?
intros.
What's
Well,
up?
speaking of intros, why don't we go to Wolf real quick? How was your week, dude?
Since you were late. Since you're late.
Sorry, I had puppy duty here.
Nice.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Hi, Levi.
Hi.
I don't think I know you.
Hi.
Hello.
how you doing?
Good to meet you. Coco and Mr. 9.8, good to see you.
9.8, baby. You still working? You got the work glasses on? What's going on, bro?
Oh, I didn't change. No, he's my. Well, listen, we got a dog now, and you never know when the. Gotta protect my-
Oh yeah. Wow, dude.
Well, I just forgot to take them off. My other pair broke, so I'm kind of wearing these right now.
Oh, okay.
So, shout out to Matt Hurd. This is for you, buddy.
You don't know
Yeah,
what
there you
it's
go.
like to be. You don't know
Better
what you're
check
missing
this
out
out.
on. It's awesome to be R. Kelly'd.
Oh my
Is it
I
you?
don't want to
You
know
wanna
how
talk
you know
about
that.
it?
Oh no!
Wow,
Don't
you
do that.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
God.
it's
God.
monologue not working.
He's on fire again, isn't he?
What you do on your own personal time is your business, bro.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Wow.
So follow up to that.
I mean, I got nothing.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. No one's week can be better than that.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, let me tell you
That's
about my
your
week.
week, boy.
Let me tell you about my week because I got a story. Maybe you saw. What did I do this week? Other than we got a dog. I'm sure you've seen it if you follow me on Facebook.
Yeah, he's
We
adorable, dude.
got a dog.
Cute puppy.
His name is Ludo. He
Nice.
eats and poops and sleeps and plays so far.
Does he have projectile shit? Is that why you have the glasses on?
No.
Like-
he did vomit the other day, so I got to be
oh
careful
god.
with that.
Jesus.
Um,
Was it like a reptile from Mortal Kombat type of moment? Or
Oh god.
no, if it's ever like that, he's possessed and I'm leaving the house immediately.
Reptiles just fucking
Wow.
But
Projectile.
that's terrible. Let me tell a story. I got a story. So I was in I went to New Hampshire this week. New Hampshire, up northeast. I flew into Philadelphia to get first flight. Sorry, I'm a little fuzzled. So I had to go to the bathroom as people normally do whenever,
I heard this.
whenever you get off a flight. And
Oh no, yeah, I read this. Oh.
yeah, so I'm going stall to stall. I'm pulling the door. All the doors are locked. I'm like, all right, I get to the last one. That one opens, and I got a surprise, and it wasn't a good one. So I swing the door open, and the first thing I see is this very large man. And he's
not good.
Let me rephrase little large man, like
large. No, he's like.
yeah.
All right, so he's sitting
Please
there.
don't tell me you have a picture on your tablet.
Imagine you're sitting doing your business.
Listen, if I
Somebody
don't-
opens up the door and takes a picture of you.
right?
Go ahead, Wolf.
I
Sorry.
don't post it on Facebook. It's not real, right? So I had to do it.
Right.
I need proof. No one's gonna believe me.
Picture
Yeah,
didn't
no
happen.
one's gonna believe it. Dude, don't move. So
great.
no, so here's the deal. So he's sitting there. He doesn't even notice me. He's like sitting there, spread eagle. Like I can't.
Oh,
You're like, he got his phone. He's doing like this on his phone. He's just playing. He doesn't even notice me, dude.
he doesn't notice you?
He doesn't notice me. He's that into whatever game he was playing. I guess there's a very tight game of Candy Crush going on here. So
Wow, Candy Crush, that is new.
and
Angry Birds.
I don't know, but I listen. I saw everything, and I'm still not okay. I have never.
Is that why you broke your glasses?
I never want to see again.
No, listen. I have never in my entire life. I have never slammed a door that quickly and that hard in my life.
Dong.
Yeah, boom! I ran out the door, and I don't know what happened to him. If you're listening, sir, I apologize. Please lock the door next time. Just lock the door, man. I don't know.
How did he not notice the door open? Like when I'm in like a public restroom and like I have I lock the door, but
Yeah.
like I am like super.
Unless the
I'm
lock was
super
busted.
alert.
Unless the lock was busted, like I said.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
no,
like-
he
I'm
wanted
like
he
super
wanted
alert,
somebody
though.
to see him.
Oh.
Maybe that's his thing. Right? Everyone got their weird thing. Like, oh, he probably.
Maybe he was just holding his phone, waiting for someone to look and then snap a picture just to get your reaction or something.
Jesus.
Like,
Oh, this is my face.
But it really seems to be traumatic. Like usually, Wolf is able, to just talk like really coherently. But now it's like I'm not okay.
I wasn't okay, guys. I wasn't good. But yeah, New Hampshire was cool. I met Tyler L for the first
nice,
time.
Oh.
nice.
He's up in that area right now. He's about an hour away from where I was, or not an hour, about a few minutes from where I was staying.
There you go.
And we hung out. We got some food. He took me to a vintage toy shop about an hour outside of wherever I was. Didn't find anything, unfortunately, but it was still really cool.
Cool.
Good dude. Good to finally meet him. He was a good
Nice.
dude. And yeah, other than that, that was it. That was my traumatic week.
I want to add something to that about that dude. Let me tell
Yeah.
you something about Tyler Lee.
Yeah.
When I first met that guy,
I hope you would talk about Tyler, not the
oh no,
the other
not
one.
that other dude. No, not at all. No, Tyler Lee. when I first met him, I really didn't understand the wavelength that he was working, that he operated in, So me and him naturally had like clashes, right? Because we're just not on the same wavelength. But the older I get and the more red pills I take, I'm beginning to understand that man's genius. And Tyler Leet, I want to tell you something. You're my hero. You're dope, dude.
Nice.
I get you now, sir. I just want you to know if you're watching, I get you now.
Oh, come on.
That's right.
I did that to you. I did that to you on purpose.
Just because R. Kelly's peeing on him doesn't mean he's into that.
Oh God. All right. Well, let's see here. We got
Jay. How was your weekend?
Dude, Jesus, wow. Well, I definitely had an interesting weekend. So, a couple of you guys know that I went camping this weekend with some friends, right?
Friends.
So yeah. So the Lynnettes, Justin, Laura came up, and then good old Agent H came with us. Maya and her troop and Anna and Russ couldn't make it, unfortunately. So we just decided to say screw it and just have a good old time. And everything gets set up Friday. Everything's doing well. Everything's good. Everything's going well. We're having nice, plenty drinks and everything. And then Justin decided to introduce me to, and I shit you not, peanut butter whiskey.
Oh yeah, you showed us that bottle, right?
Yeah. So I'm sitting here drinking this, and Justin had me take a shot of it, and I was like, "Damn, this has an aftertaste of peanut butter. Like I've never tasted anything like this." So after we turn around and drink that, he's like, "Dude, here's some grape soda. Now mix it." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "Let me try this." And dude, it was like eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but liquor flavored. Like it was crazy. Cool. It was good as hell though. Like it was awesome. And so we were drinking kind of all weekend and everything. Everything went beautiful night, Friday night. Everything was great. And then, yeah, so anyway, we had great Friday. Saturday kind of rolled around. And then we found out when we got at the campgrounds that usually between February and March is when they don't have Virginia has a state rule that you can't burn before 4 p.m. Right?
Oh, okay.
Well, we get there and they decide to up it to April, so we couldn't build any campfires during the day.
What?
Yeah. So we were pissed. So I had to go out and buy like a little propane tank burner so that way we could cook our food and shit during the day.
How do you have a camp without a campfire, man? Come on.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So anyway, Saturday night rolls around. This is where it gets really fucking interesting. So we're running around, grabbing whatever we want for more food and everything else. And then we end up, getting back, start hanging out, start drinking. About say probably around 8 o'clock, it started, torrential downpour, like freezing rain. It went from 70 in the morning to 49 degrees at night and freezing rain. Like it was crazy. And so what was crazy about that is that we were sitting there having a good time. So we all ended up chilling underneath the canopy while it was raining. And then we hear there's a couple of campsites all around us. And we kept hearing this, help, help. We didn't know what the hell was going on. We thought it was like these kids playing next to us.
Can have a Jason moment here.
Yeah. Well, this is some crazy shit. So we ended up, this girl walks down and says, we really need your help. There's something wrong with these kids' dad. So we take off running up there and come to find out, they said their daddy wasn't feeling well and drank a bunch of cough syrup and then passed out and he wasn't breathing.
Jesus.
So myself, Agent H, and then Justin Lynette were all up there. I gave them my jacket. Darius is borrowing a jacket for me, so we gave that to the kids that were sitting there. And me and this other girl were trying to roll the dad over, make sure he doesn't, dude, he had blood from the nose, from the ears, everything. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. And of course, with COVID and everything right now, you don't know what to do, so we called the rescue squad.
I can't believe cough syrup didn't fix that.
Yeah. So anyways, we're sitting there.
to use tussin instead.
No, this is the crazy shit though. So we get in there and we're trying to help the dad. The rescue squad comes, and so I was like, "Well, do you know where the cough syrup bottle that the kid's dad said they drank?" And so Darius is shining the flashlight, and then he shined it over where the what's it called, the fire pit, and there was a fifth of whiskey empty. He drank the whole bottle.
So it was a cough syrup.
And so yeah, he said it was his cough syrup. But the crazy thing was, the guy had a stroke when it was him and his two kids. The one son was 8 and the girl was 11, and he had a stroke with them, and they couldn't get him to respond or nothing.
Shit.
So it was a fucking wild night. Like, we were sitting there, and that was how our night ended, and then we all went to bed. So
Any update on the man?
no, we haven't heard anything. We're hoping he's okay. I don't know much about the dude, but shout out to him and his family. Hopefully he's okay and he recovers. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yikes.
it was just
seriously.
a wild night. I'm trying to hold this dude up and make sure he doesn't like swallow his tongue and everything else. It was just wild. So,
Jeez.
but
What's the thing you guys were there?
yeah. Well, it was kind of crazy because we were talking about like actually leaving just to go home. But I was like, nah, let's just go ahead and stay because it was pouring rain, and the campsite where we're at was only about 10 minutes from our house. So I was like, let's just go ahead and stay the night. Everything will be fine. And for some reason, something kept telling me to stay, and maybe we were there for a reason. Who knows? So, but shout out to that family. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully the kids are all right.
Yeah.
So,
Boy, that's got to be like your worst nightmare, to be out in the middle of nowhere camping and like something like that happens, and like you don't know if you have cell phone service. Like, what if you hadn't been there? Crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like the girls actually came down and grabbed us because it was these two really skinny girls. They were having a hard time trying to pick the dad up, and they saw me walking out of the bathroom.
God, yeah.
And then they were like, "Can you help us? We can't get this guy up." And I'm like, like, what are you referring to? Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, she's like, we're trying to get this dude up, and I'm like, all right, what's that to do with, I wasn't trying to be a dick, but like, you see some girl walk up to you in the middle of the woods and say, we're trying to get this dude up, like what are you talking about? So then she kind of explained what was going on. I heard the kids, we all heard the kids, but like I said, we thought it was a couple of kids right down from us just playing around because they were doing help and everything else. So but yeah, that was a crazy night. And then today, we all get up, we pack up. Darius woke up, he was sleeping on an air mattress in the one tent, right? And he woke up in like 2 inches of water floating on the shit.
Oh no!
Apparently, they did. When I went to go pick him up, they didn't put the tarp underneath, so the water seeped up through the floor, and there was like puddles all in the thing, and he was literally surrounded by puddles on this air mattress.
Oh, jeez.
God, that reminds me of a Viva La Bam episode I think I saw once.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, so it was a crazy weekend. We had breakfast and everything, and then at this Mexican joint, they do cook really good breakfast burritos and stuff, and then everybody kind of left. We came back, and I just kind of chilled, and that was pretty much my weekend.
I mean,
wild.
What I wanted to say, that's wild. I think it's also like stuff like this just happens out of the blue, Like when I think about one time that I had a really weird encounter, nothing of the Wolfenstein kind, but more of the Lowry kind. It was I was leaving the ferry from our workplace. I always had to cross a ferry, and there was the way on the main street, and then also a little bit of a shortcut through some alleys to the next, I don't know, kind of supermarket or area. And I was walking by this building, and it seemed to be some kind of a care home, like a temporary care home over the days. And I just really saw behind some wall, there were just two legs, a pair of legs were just lying there. And I was looking, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was going there, and there was this dude that also was obviously had a stroke down his history somewhere, I don't know, whatever. And he was only able to actually use one side of his body. He was walking on crutches, and apparently he tipped over and he just fell over, and he was lying there, in an alley near the door of the care home, barely to be made out. So you could easily miss him. And I was the only person that was going on, and he was that fucking weight, and I have to lift him up. He was my size. I had to lift him up. That was
if he was just too heavy, bro, you should have just teabagged him, and he would probably wake up. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, Lowry, can you name him to Savage Smooth today or something? I don't know. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Get up, sir, or you're gonna get teabagged.
He's removed. Oh, there you go.
Like that. Just imagine that, dude. Get up, or I teabag you. Get the fuck up. What the hell?
Then you hear somebody say, "Dad, no!" Like,
or even more disturbing would have been, "Yes, Daddy, please."
oh god. But anyways,
we're off the rails.
Yeah, we're way off the
Jesus.
Speaking of which, so Levi.
Oh, all right.
What time is it?
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure it's time to nerd up or shut up.
Yeah.
All right, that was unrehearsed. Good.
Oh man, so thanks for coming on, Levi. So why don't you kind of tell our audio and video listeners who you are, where you're from, kind of do like an intro of your podcast and everything else.
Okay. Well, I just want to say thanks for having me on. Glad to be here.
Thanks to have you on.
As you know, I'm Levi, and I do a little podcast called Blackout and Shout.
Might have heard about it.
With Mike and Jed. We do a lot of toy collecting news and pop culture. Things pretty similar to what you guys talk about and whatnot. So, yeah, we've been doing that for a couple of years now.
You've been going a while.
We started back in, I think, the end of 2015. So we've been going on for a while. We do it every 2 weeks though. So we just recorded on Friday. Newest episode is gonna be posted on Monday. So, but yeah, check us out. You can find Blackout and Shout wherever you find podcasts. We post on YouTube, Podbean, Spotify. So basically anywhere you can find podcasts.
Nice. We'll be sure to put a link and everything to you and to your show and all that, so our listeners and viewers
Once the check
can
clears.
see where you guys are. Yep. Right. So let's see here. So I remember you and I met. God, it's Charlotte, right?
That was TFCon Charlotte. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was Charlotte because we had Mike on a few weeks ago. We were kind of talking about the story about. Do you remember the Hooters?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
With me and like walking out with all the Hooters girls and all that.
Yeah, that was that was a fun place. I'd never been to. That was my first time in the Hooters.
Oh, really?
Oh wow! Yeah. And
nice.
I love the tots.
Yeah.
So
I think we all love the tots.
The tots and the food's great too.
Yeah. No, like their tater tots are like really, really good. So that's one of the things I remember about that place. Aside from the obvious. But but I remember you walking out with a bunch of the ladies, and then I think it was either you or Antoine came up to us and said, "Hey, come on, we're all getting pictures, taken outside." So that was a real fun experience. That was our first TFCon. So it was really great, meeting everybody and hanging out.
Oh yeah,
and that's what I really love going to TFCon for is just hanging out with people I see like maybe once a year or so, and it's unfortunate that we weren't able to do it last year,
Yeah, definitely.
So it's always a highlight of the year to go to those things.
Well, fingers crossed we'll be able to do it again this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be going down.
I think so. It seems like I saw that. What was it? Just this weekend or something? They just pushed back Ontario or whatever.
Till December.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. So, but so far, so good. It seems like we'll be okay. That everybody starts getting their shots and all that. And
yeah. At least it's not canceled. So.
Yeah. Fingers crossed on that. So, But yeah, so there's not too much funny, lighthearted news this week. So
Hold up, Jay. Hold up. We're glossing over a story here.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me, can you tell this, or is Bethany like close by with a rolling pin or something?
Hey Bethany, can you hit me with a pin? She'll probably watch. Next thing you know, she'll probably hit me with something. But anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and get into halls and everything else. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right, we're telling that story off air.
Okay. So Levy, since you're a guest, did you have any toys for the week?
Actually, no. I didn't get anything this week. The last thing that I did get was the Amazing Yamaguchi Joker. I think I got that like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
But yeah, that's a really, really nice figure. I love the Amazing Yamaguchi line. I pretty much get every figure that comes out, except for like some of the exclusives that like the I guess there's like a semi-transparent Venom, and I didn't get the gray X-Force Deadpool. So
There's a semi-transparent Yamaguchi variant for Venom.
Yeah, it's like a smoky black plastic. So it looks cool, but I already had the regular Venom, and it's not my favorite from the line, so I didn't really feel the need to get it. So, but there is a new exclusive that's going to be coming out because they had announced and put up for pre-order the comic book Iron Spider with the red and gold.
Nice.
And so that's going to be the regular release. But then for a Kyoto website exclusive, they are releasing that figure but in black and gold.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay, cool.
That'll look good.
Yeah, and I was really afraid. I mean, I really wanted that one. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to get that figure. But the Kyoto website's all in Japanese, and so I had no idea how to order it from there. But then I also read somewhere that they don't ship to outside the United States, or something like that. So that was all out. And then there was other places, but they all sold out real quick. I guess that they were going to be buying from the Kyoto website and then reselling it or whatever, but they all sold out. But then a couple of weeks ago, Big Bad Toy Store put up a pre-order for it, so I snatched that up. So it's actually not a bad price. They marked it up a bit because I think the regular price on it was like $75, $80, and then whatever the shipping cost would have been. But
that's not too bad then.
That was the overseas price. But then Big Bad Toy Store, they marked it up to about $95. And
I'm super surprised how stable the Kyotos, like the Revoltech in general, are, like price wise and stable. Because I now dove into the Zone of the Enders line. I just got the Naked Gerald here and the Big Viper, and that was pretty much the usual price. I now got the Anubis. I will hope I would get this. The store from eBay I never heard about, but any other stores anywhere it's sold out or out of stock or whatever. So I hope I will get all of these. There's an end game to this. There are only a few figures, I believe 6 or 7 figures in all, and I will get all in. So that should be okay. But overall, I never saw any Yamaguchis really rising extremely in price. Like, what do you say about that? Did you find something like really?
Yes, the My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay.
Midoriya, he's like over $200 now.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't know what All Might's going for. That's another one that I skipped out on. I didn't order the Bakugo because they just I think he's releasing right at the end of this month.
Okay.
And,
it's tough to get any of the figures of the younger characters because you can't really tell when they're going to hit their final form, and you're like, man, I don't want to get this version if they're going to have a better version of their costumes.
Yeah.
Shit, right?
No, I think it's just that like I am trying to refocus my spending habits when it comes to collecting. Like I buy everything. If it looks cool, I was throwing money.
I'm there with you.
So
Yep.
But lately, I've been really kind of like being more judicious and being like, yeah, I don't need that, and just trying to exercise better judgment, I think. So, but I mean, you'll know, I buy all
Yeah.
sorts of weird shit. Like it started like when I first started collecting. It started with Masterpiece Transformers. Then it went into third party.
Same.
But then I started getting 6-inch superhero figures, starting with Marvel Legends. But then I discovered the import market with SH Figuarts, and then I started getting Mafex. And then I discovered Mezco 112. Started buying all of those.
Yeah.
Mafex a little bit of a hate-love thing for me. I just fixed this guy because the packs directly broke on me, and I put the Homecoming Spider-Man Hot Toys Homecoming packs in there.
Yeah.
So it's not beautiful, but at least it's functional again.
Yeah, that is a great figure. That's probably one of my favorite Spider-Man figures.
Did the packs broke on yours?
No, that one didn't. But my Homecoming Spider-Man, like right out of the package, I went to turn the hand, and the wrist peg snapped.
That's what happened on mine. Like 2 or 3 turns, it was already white. I had no chance to get them out and maybe widen the tolerance a little bit.
Yeah,
that was essentially it. But otherwise, Cyclops was okay. Wolverine 2, Venom also, Carnage, they are all good. But this one, pretty much right out of the box too, like 2 or 3 turns.
I got a couple of those. I haven't messed with them too much. I mean, mine didn't break, but I don't like some of those. I don't mess with them very much. I basically pose them and just kind of leave them. So
But it's so funny. Sorry, that's the last bit. That is so funny that the quality seems to be hit and miss. That yours didn't break, Levi, but the Homecoming right out of the box, and to me, this one broke pretty much right out of the box. Like that's weird with the QC.
Ami was real good to me. When that happened, like I sent them an email. They asked for pictures of the breakage, because it's like they asked if it was just like a part that I could remove from the figure, and they could just send me a replacement part. And so I showed them this, so they sent me a replacement arm for the figure, and I got I mean, it took longer than because when I ship from them, I usually pay for the DHL shipping, so I get it in like 2 days. But like for the replacement parts, it took a lot longer. So like it took like a month or 2, I think, to get to me. But still, I mean, it didn't cost me nothing, and they shipped it right out. So with barely any questions. So and their customer service is really good.
And there was an Ami or where?
It was Ami, yeah.
Okay.
Just don't. Good things. Ami's customer service is really good. Just don't cancel pre-orders with them. I've heard horror stories of people canceling pre-orders and they cancel your account. Whatever.
They've canceled a couple pre-orders on me and it didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed. I had the Jordan, the Mafex Jordan or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I had it pre-ordered through them, the USA version.
Yeah.
They up and canceled it, and I'm just like, why did you cancel it? Wow. They never got back to me. My account's not canceled, but they just canceled it.
Oh, that's super interesting that you would say that's also happened with Ami. Right, a German shop over here is called Comic Cave, and they do that shit too. Like they cancel your shit out of the blue, and if you're essentially like you PO'd something, they tell you, oh, it's coming in stock. You didn't pay next day, they would cancel it and put all your threats out there. It's crazy, like really, really weird. Other people say I had no problems with that store whatsoever. They even, I don't know. They're going to help.
Seem like they're all over the place for customer service, hurting people.
Yeah, it seems to be that way.
Maybe I guess if you don't piss them off or something, I don't know.
That's why sometimes I end up paying the premium prices at gosh damn eBay, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ami has always been good to me. So that sucks though. They canceled a pre-order on you without saying nothing.
I was pissed because I'm like, where can I find that Jordan one now? Because I think it's going to be hard to get, especially the USA version. So I'm kind of scrambling looking on some sites right now.
Not even email. That's pretty rude, dude.
Yeah, there was nothing. I went to go pay for my pre-order because they sent me an email like a week ago to say to pay for my pre-order, and I was like, okay, cool. So I went to sign in today to pay for it. They said I had until like another 2 weeks to pay or something. And then I was like, all right. So I went to pay it, and my order's gone. I'm like, what the hell?
So this just happened?
Yeah, this just happened this week. Like,
no kidding.
Okay.
Did you check your spam folder? Maybe.
I looked. There's nothing in there. And usually they're pretty good about sending emails. I never received anything. So I don't know if it was a computer issue or something that actually got canceled, or someone just had a bad day. I don't know, but shit happens. So is that it for your week for hauls and stuff like that?
Well, actually, I did get one thing this week. It's not toy related, but I got a brand new monitor for my PC.
Nice. There you go.
I am loving it. It is it's a Gigabyte ultra wide 21.9
Nice.
Yeah.
What
so
size?
It would be a total waste on me because I'd only play
34-inch.
8-bit games anyways.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's absolutely beautiful. I love this thing. And what's really great is every week I play D&D. I'm a DM for a game on Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, nice.
It's like a virtual tabletop where you can play Dungeons and Dragons online. 5th edition.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I play with Jed, Nate Armstrong, you know Nate,
Yeah.
Josh Lawrence,
Yeah.
brother Kyle, and a friend of ours named Joe, and my girl April. And so we play every week. And Fantasy Grounds, like normally, like on like a normal size monitor, just things get cramped, and especially when I'm trying to, you know, work with the map and then the combat tracker and the chat and everything. But now with this, like I was looking at it, the real estate I have it on the screen is just awesome. So I can't wait to play this Tuesday.
Hell yeah! So is that like a weekly thing you guys do that? Or?
Yeah, every Tuesday. Usually every Tuesday. We weren't able to play last week because I had to actually work early Wednesday morning. So, but yeah, I'm definitely eager to get back in the saddle with that again. So
Nice.
but yeah, it's been fun. We've been playing D&D now for like, actually I'd say about 2 years now. I think close to
You
it.
guys pretty much started in TFCon, I think. Was you guys-
No, actually, that was.
yeah, man.
We've
that was 2 years ago.
been playing for some time before that, but we just decided since we were all getting together, we would like do a live game together. So that was back in 2019. So, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. So definitely enjoy it.
Nice.
So.
All right, so Halls, who do we want to go to? Let's go to Coco Smooth. What you got?
Well, this finally came in, and I was pretty excited about it.
What'd you get?
Pretty excited about it.
Tell our audio listeners what you got.
I got a Spindrift, the Fans Toys. Finally, the fat one.
2.0.
Yeah, 2.0. Finally got it.
9.8.
That's right. Well, not anymore because I opened that shit.
You didn't get 2? Come on.
No, because your boy had to buy other things like Funko Pops.
Oh my god, dude. So how many versions of that do you have? The BB-8?
BB-8.
You know what? At one time, just two. The first one that I picked up was the TLJ version, not unknowing that I picked up the TLJ version and not. I wanted this version, not the TLJ version, because the OG version's better. The TLJ version has his arm sticking out with the lighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when he does it.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Good.
Wasn't feeling it, so I was like, okay.
Dude, you got those? Do you all got those in acrylic cases?
Vaulted vinyl premium protectors.
Yeah, he does. In other words, yes. Just smile and nod.
I got Trapjaw, the comic book version. If you'll notice that he's all green in this one and not like the comic book, not the.
It's like a lime green, right? Like a very faint.
Correct. This is the OG color. Oh, well, not the OG, but the cartoon toy colors, because the cartoon colors he has pink leggings.
Nice.
Red Wing Robin. This guy's
nice.
Pretty excited about this guy. I'm a big fan of all of the Bat family.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're dope.
You know the short time we're actually in contact. You know, I learned to love you, dude. But this is a very unpopular opinion. This is coming right now, but I think Funko Pops are the cancer of collecting, like actual cancer. It's everywhere.
Wow.
It's everywhere. It's metastasizes everywhere. It's just.
Oh, Tim coming off the top rope.
I feel you. No,
Damn.
I've become one of those, man. I really have. I just couldn't help myself because I love chibi things. I love small things.
Do whatever tickles your fancy.
Yo, for some reason, I picture Yule laying in bed with nothing but these pops all around him. Kind of like one of those ball pits at fucking McDonald's when we were younger, just like all around him.
I'm not picturing that at all.
Fun fact. Anytime that anybody asked me what was my fantasy, I would say that I'd want to smash in the Chuck E. Cheese ballroom.
Whoa. Interesting.
That's a little weird.
Like what you said, like Lowry, what you said, like a Funko Pop, like ball pit, like this gets a whole new meaning to balls to faces.
I feel like I've learned so much about you the last couple weeks.
Was I able to execute? No, absolutely not. I haven't been able to.
There ain't nothing
Sneak into
wrong with a ball pit and grind. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead,
of which,
anyway.
but yeah, My Hero Academia. I picked up Momo Yaoyorozu.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, this one has well, you can see. So,
The boob window.
yeah, I was like, whoa. I guess they're going hella extra in pops these days. So I'm like, I'll go for that. And couldn't help myself because she's so cute too. I like
Nice.
this from.
Who's that one?
Like,
My
do
Hero
you
Academia.
got an actual wall of Funkos now, or how do you store those?
Yeah,
Tim's
like a
face
wall.
is cracking me up, man.
What?
Your face while he's doing this is cracking me up. You're just like, oh yeah.
He looks mildly disturbed,
Yeah.
but yet intrigued.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Here's the truth. The truth is, like, it wasn't so much these that got me as much as it was these that got me. Chester Cheetah.
Okay,
That's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
I like
That
that.
is cool.
Yeah, it gets better.
Dangerously
I
cheesy.
did this. I said it in order on purpose because I went from least interesting to more interesting. And
Nice.
Chester Cheetah.
Did you unpack it and try to lick it? Does it smell like Cheetos?
No. And you guys, I know will remember
Do you
this.
say that to all
guys
the
are
girls? Like,
80s, 70s.
oh, dude, the Noid.
Noid.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. The Noid from Domino's Pizza. This
I don't know him, but he looks funny.
That is old school.
Who would have
Wow.
thought? Like, can you imagine this? That the programming that they did to us when we were kids in the 80s was so strong
Yeah.
that I bought toys of the fucking advertisement.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Do they have?
Yeah.
Do they make a Spuds McKenzie?
Ooh, that'd be kind of cool.
Close. They have. Hang on.
Oh, God. Yule's like, yo, I got it. Hold on.
You got the Taco Bell dog or the
Yeah,
Target
yeah, yeah.
dog?
They did make.
You got the Budweiser,
Target Bulldog.
Target dog.
Oh,
Okay.
the Target dog.
Target
Nice.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool too. I like that.
The Budweiser frogs or whatever. You don't have those yet?
Now, I don't think they made those yet. I think because the liquor license thing. But
Yeah.
anyways, one last thing.
What? The wolf is cracking up.
Captain
Wolf, you saw what I
Crunch.
did there, right?
I had
Captain
to
Crunch, baby.
get. Mhm.
Why does that look like the Yosemite Sam version of that? Like, you see that?
I'm
in
just
the
sitting
face?
here now
Like,
like this.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, I came very close to spending way more because they had the hostess characters. They had the Twinkie dude, the I think he's a ho ho or a ding dong. One of the two. Ding dong. Yeah, and the magician pie guy. You know what I mean? The apple pie, cherry pie dude. Yeah, I came very close to picking
I think we
those up.
lost Wolf.
Wolf.x.
Wolf is crying.
I'm sorry, I haven't slept much. And he's killing me, man.
Has Funko ever done the General Mills monster cereals?
Yes, and they're the most expensive. Count Chocula and the
Oh,
blueberries and the Frankenberries. Yeah, they're like priced above 100.
Didn't they
No
start
shit.
doing like the old McDonald's like shit like Grimace and the Hamburger and all
Yes,
that too? Didn't they do
that came out last month. I'm thinking about picking up at least just Ronald McDonald, not the because McDonald's has a long line. They got the Fry Guys, they got the Hamburglar, they got the
Mary McCheese.
that fucking chicken that flies. That I forgot her name, the one with the goggles and shit.
Yeah.
Grimace,
Wolf
yeah,
is
they got Grimace.
Dude, chill, breathe.
I'm good. Getting composing myself. We're professionals here.
But seriously, some of these pops that we pass by, some of them go for like a fuck ton of money these days,
Dude,
man.
Bethany's got a couple of them are worth like, do you remember? I never watched it, but there was a show called Gilmore Girls back in it. I never watched it.
Gilmore
So,
Girls.
anyways, they actually made pops of those, and those things are going fucking crazy prices too. And I picked it up for her at a Comic Con one time, or Awesome Con, I think is what it was down here in DC. We picked those up, and they're going for crazy ass prices. Now, they are sitting in a case, a Detolf. She didn't go as far as put them all in a vault like Yule, but she's got like a bunch of Harry Potter ones too that she collects. But yeah.
I mean, it's
some of
also,
those
there
go
are
for
also
a lot of
excuses and
money.
everything. Like also, like I remember from my ex-girlfriend, she was big into Buffy, and she even got a spike with the usual face, and then the spike with the vampire face, and that was like one exclusive. And this stuff is everywhere. But you know, actually, Chicago Paul put it best in the Rock Focus chat. For everybody, a Grail is just different. Like whatever tickles your fancy. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just lost in it. I got the Cyber Demon because I wanted it for Doom, and I'm not spending, I don't know, $5,000 for a statue or anything. And I got the Doc Brown from Back to the Future, but otherwise this is just, it's just not for me. So I didn't mean to make fun of you or anything, but it's
Yeah, you did. Don't lie.
It's okay, man.
Dude, right now, actually, what happened? I cracked
No, I'm
up.
just kidding,
Wolf
I'm
cracked up me. This was crazy.
So did you get anything else? Did you get anything else
Oh God.
besides a hard time from 10?
No, it's all right. I mean, you guys always hear me when I say I'm a dirty Funko Pop collector at all the groups that I shared.
We're all dirty into something, dude. So,
But no, I did watch UFC last night, and man,
yo,
a lot of
I saw
a lot
that
of
video
shockers.
this morning.
Yeah, that dude's
Silver
leg
part two.
snapped after he. Yeah, when,
Well, that
it's-
happened last night.
Yeah,
Yes. So here's the funny part, right? So remember Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva, like a couple,
Yeah.
way.
Oh,
couple
I
years
do
back,
that.
right?
That I remember that when I watched
Yeah,
that
and-
one live.
Yeah, Anderson Silva snapped his leg, while Chris Weidman checked him.
Mhm.
So many years later, now Chris Weidman kicks the shit out of Uriah Hall. His leg gets checked and it snaps in half too.
Yo,
So
that's
it's-
fucking karma if it ain't
Yeah.
ever one. Like,
Yeah. And Masvidal, dude, that guy got knocked the fuck out too at the
damn.
at the main event. He got dusted. So
The worst thing about those injuries is that they don't notice that it happened until they bring the leg back and try to stand.
Yeah, it was like
That's the worst. And this, from what I saw the video from last night, the look on the guy's face when he realized his leg was broke, that was just like, oh,
yeah.
and yeah.
Like
and-
I think in sports the most horrible thing I ever saw was actually in wrestling, and that was 2 times. One was when Sid Vicious in WCW
Yeah, that-
jumped from the
oh
second
yeah,
row,
yeah.
and he just lied in the ring. He was just laying down, and his leg was like,
yeah, it looked
Oh,
like his
dude.
boot was the only thing holding his foot on.
That's
Yeah,
the
that
one
was
thing I
just
can't stand to watch. I can watch like car accidents. I can see all sorts of shit. When I see
Yeah.
someone's leg or arm snap like that, and I'm like, no,
Dude,
I don't wanna see that shit.
mere months ago it was even worse. There was a dude, he was celebrating in one of the corners, and he jumped down backwards, and both of his legs bent backwards at the knees.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, oh, dude, my knees
were
are
they
hurting.
hyper-
just-
extended?
you're like, you see this,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
He jumped down, his knees went, dude, he looked like
Yeah,
you look
one of
like a
those
fucking
alien
bird.
movies where the
You
shit's
look
backwards.
like a bird,
Like,
you know?
Mhm.
And the
my knees are
horrible-
hurting thinking about it, dude. Like,
those.
And the
that
most
kind of
the
injury?
most horrible thing about this is actually that one of his legs had to be amputated
Yeah.
because it broke that hard.
Yeah, because there's
that's crazy, dude.
I was just gonna
And
mention
he was just
that.
celebrating. Maybe he won the match. He just celebrated.
I was going to
Wasn't
mention that kind of injury, you have to be very
Ugh.
careful
I
because
just got some chills
there's
down my spine on that.
there's a major artery and nerve that goes out down the back of your knee, and that supplies all of the blood to your lower extremity. And
Yeah.
that kind of injury can sever that artery.
Yep.
So if that if you suffer hyperextension like that, you have about 4 to 6 hours to verify that the blood vessel wasn't severed, and if it is, you have about 4 to 6 hours to
Amputate.
to
fix it.
reestablish blood flow, or else you're
Oh.
going to lose your leg.
Oh, God. Oh,
So
damn,
and
dude.
it sounds
All right,
it sounds,
next
it sounds
subject,
like
next
they
subject.
didn't.
Looks like Yule's about to pass out.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few medical programs and videos.
Yo,
regarding
and I
those
grew
kinds
up
of
watching
injuries.
Faces of Death and watching some of this shit now on TV
Yeah.
just freaks me the fuck out. Like,
Yeesh.
Like I know some shit about knees too. Like my left knee had surgery on 2 times for meniscus and cartilage.
we'll stay
And-
off of them. I'm just kidding.
Oh, burn.
I'm just kidding. Tim's like, fuck you, Lowry, fuck you. He's like, you got me.
Yeah, you got me good. But I actually need soles in my shoes for that shit. And if I don't have them in all of my pairs, then I can walk a few months, and then my knees just with the strain start hurting, and also my ankles start hurting. And I just had this like this very week, and I put this back in my newest shoes, and I really could feel that the strain was lifted from my legs. So essentially, my foot has pretty much all deformities a human foot can have. I don't know what you got. It's just flat on the floor. The span on top is just heightened. It's everything, you know, and because of this, my knees essentially, if I don't have the soles and my knees go like this, like not really that you see it, but just the strain is like
just enough.
He turns into a Veritech fighter.
So, God damn.
And when I put the soles back, in, then the strain goes back to normal, and then all the pain just goes down. So
do your ankles roll or something a little bit without them, and then with the new, it kind of helps it a little bit?
Not really roll. Everything feels normal, but after some time, after some months, the strain just becomes worse, and the pain also. So, I'm all show, no substance, 6'4", kick me in the knees, and I'm done.
Damn, we really off the rails right now. Shit, we even got. I guess Wolf's next on his haul this week.
I mean, you wanted funny stories. They had funny stories, breaking knees and cartilage and meniscus. So what else?
Yeah,
Zentradi shaped knees. And
at least you don't have one leg longer than the other, and you have to wear a lift into one shoe. If you take it off, you run in circles.
Those robots with the
dude from my school actually had that. Like one leg was actually, I believe, 4 or 5 inches shorter. Yeah,
wow. Mine's an inch shorter, so I have to wear like something in one shoe. So,
dude, this dude had to get this armature the some Japanese models got in their arms when they get their leg broken. They want to straighten them out. He had that in his leg to actually push that out. Those 6 or 4 or 5 inches, or what I said. Like he had to turn them, and every time his leg broke a little bit because it needed to be stretched.
Yeah.
Oh. And then the next turn it needed to break
all
again.
Right, Wolf, you're next.
Yeah, follow that up.
Moving on from the medical oddities portion of our show today. I got my second COVID shot, and my nothing broken. Sorry, no one story's there. And I got this. This is horrible.
Nice.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew. So, didn't I see something about like there's something with that one that breaks easily like that?
Yeah, this one has some problems. So up in here, if you can see.
No, I don't want to see.
Speaking of things breaking, I'm going to continue this.
Yeah, but never say up in here. Don't.
Oh, you. So this
you can see a stress mark on it a little bit.
No, it's not.
Maybe that's just a reflection.
Probably reflection. So up here and up in the neck area, this really doesn't move very well. If you try and force it, you risk breaking all this.
Oh wow!
So this doesn't really transform well. The seller actually removed this pin for me, and the head came in a separate envelope
to prevent.
Yeah, so I just put it back in.
Wise decision, sir.
Yeah, so thank you to the seller.
But is that a problem that was also back then with G1? It was bad to transform.
Oh yeah. Some of these things had problems back then. There was the gold plastic syndrome, of course.
That I know.
Biggest offender.
Stuff, right?
I think Mirage had an issue with his waist breaking.
The Dotson Brothers windshield.
That was another one. The Decepticon Target Masters, the guns, like they had this. They were built differently than the Autobots for some reason, and if you open them up, like you risk breaking the little clip that was holding the legs in. You got to be careful with that too. Yeah, they had their problems back then too.
Who was that other dude? Was that Quake or Skyquake or someone with the turbines made out of gold or translucent semi-gold something? There was also something like that. So gold plastic was real back then. Yeah.
Yeah, way back in the late '80s, early '90s, a lot of those things just crumpled in your hands.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with that stuff.
So was there any crazy story with that horrible? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Levy. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was gonna say I have a transmetal Megatron that's still intact, thankfully.
Holy
Waist,
shit.
right? The waist on him too.
Well, it's just like all of them because he's all gold plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I've seen stories of people messing with it and it just falls apart in their hands or whatever. But unfortunately, mine is still intact. So, but
Yeah, Beast Wars. That was a lot of those. I was reading up on that. A lot
Yeah.
of Beast Wars figures had gold plastic issues.
yeah, like even sealed figures, like figures never open, like in box or on blister card,
Mhm.
they're in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the most famous one is G2 Electro. He was a G2 figure, and he's just solid gold, and like you can't take him out of the package. You can't because
Yeah.
it just crumbles instantly.
Him and G2
that's
Silverbolt, or not Silverbolt. What was the Harrier?
Slingshot, right?
Slingshot, yeah, G2 Slingshot. He was
Yeah.
all gold plastic too. So Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
What a shame.
Yeah, that still wasn't always good back then.
yeah,
And that's all I got, guys.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so let's see here. Fuck it. We'll go to me. We'll close out with Tim.
Yay.
So I really didn't get very much at all, really. Actually, this showed up today in the mail. Magic Square Spock.
nice.
So this thing's actually not too bad. Comes like a little bag of goodies here. Comes with a bunch of different hands, a battery, everything else.
That looks like the Easter goodie bag I always got from my mom for Easter.
Did you say a battery?
Yeah, there was a battery in there. Check this out.
That thing lights up?
Somewhere it does, but yeah, look at that. See that little battery? I haven't gone through the instructions. I haven't done much to it. I think it has something to do with the front of the gun when it transforms.
But it's so weird that some figures come with batteries and some not. Like, what's the guidelines on that?
So it came with two of these pipes, and it also came with obviously a piece to kind of go on the backpack a little bit.
Yeah,
And then it also came with a mini gun,
oh, nice.
which is kind of neat.
I think every transformer that transforms into a gun should come with something like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Or
I agree.
anyone that transforms into like some sort of miniature device, like sound wave, reflector, all
It
of
should
those.
come
They
with a
should all
boom
come.
box or something
They should
like
all come
that.
with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But then here you go. Here he is right there.
Wow, that's really awesome, man. How tall is
Yep.
that?
So this is, let's see here. It's about, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I hit the wrong fucking thing. Sorry. So he's just under 5 inches.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is from Magic Square. So the only thing I don't like about this guy, so he's got some light piping here. But the light piping's so dark you can't even see his eyes. So I think I'm going to paint it yellow.
I don't care for that. I agree.
So, but other than that, I mean, I swapped this part, this part for the translucent part, to kind of give you a rough idea.
Very cool.
To kind of show you that. But dude, I mean, this thing's pretty good. But I actually cut this pipe piece. It was way too long. But the plastic definitely feels different from their earlier figures. This doesn't feel chalky at all. So the last couple of figures, the plastic felt like this. I don't know if they changed the formula or what, but it's definitely been different. So, but literally, that's pretty much it. What I got. So
I think it's amazing the level of detail they can put into these legend scale figures.
Hey,
And
look at the chest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just the show accuracy that they can do with figures in that scale. I think that's really awesome. And
Yeah,
They're-
the New Age is also crazy. Like the New Age has the gun tip actually collapsing into the chest, so the light up feature for that one also becomes the light up feature for the chest. And
Oh, wow.
Dude,
I didn't know
look at
that.
this. It's got less screws than fans toys. So I've only seen 4 screws from the back. That's it.
yeah. Yeah, so we close that shit up with legends essentially. So that
So that was pretty much, that was literally the only thing that came in the mail for me. So, all right, Tim, show us what you get.
I also got legends. I got 2, and I got my favorite. I got New Age Toys Toy Darius. and Straxus. And I love the boxes. This is full-on G1 Transformers reference. Full artwork. This is just amazing. I love that this is the toy, but they call it 23M, like for Marvel Comics. So this is my jam. And the other one, straight up Bane reference.
I like that.
I love this. Oh, yes, I was wondering what would break first. Just amazing.
Nice.
That was a very good impression.
I just love this. Like, these are so good. And quite honestly, when I'm saying this now, yes, I'm totally serious on this. This figure is my fucking wet dream. Like, this is my Galvatron. This is the first time I ever saw Galvatron in the comics back then, and the cartoon version ain't has shit on this one. Like, they call the toon version crazy. This dude right here in the comics built a fucking machine on top of a volcano, wanted to have it explode, and channel the power into himself, becoming a god. So how's that for crazy? And this is just. I love
the translucent barrel. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Is there like a metallic flake in that, or what? It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah. They got little metallic flakies in there. So that one's cool. I shot a picture set of that. Got that on my page, and then the Straxus too. Like, I mean, it would have been cool if there would have been an accessory, like, I don't know, some tubal, like alien stuff where you can put the head in or anything. Where it was actually its disembodied head, but I think it was amazing that they took this mold and made a Straxus out of it.
Yeah, I like that.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. And this whole knee piece on both figures, or is it on this one? Yeah, this whole knee piece on both figures is full die cast.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so you don't have the full kind of shield in front of here. But you still get a double jointed knee, and it's not overly ugly, and it's just so good. Like, the transformation is a little bit more fiddly, than the Megatron, the Hinkle, or the what was the other name, the original? What was that? Also kind of no. What was the name? Like, the toy version was Hinkle. What was the original Megatron from New Age's name? Does anybody recall?
No clue offhand.
I don't remember.
But I can never remember third-party names. So.
Yeah, I don't speak third party.
But the transformation is super cool. This whole thing, I love this, and I'm now actually gonna do either a toy / Marvel G1 comic collection. I mean, the Galvatron is just very, very shy of being perfect. These red ones would have been needed to be die cast, or even also gunmetal colored. Also the part on here. But otherwise, yeah, super happy with this guy, and yeah, New Age kills it. Like,
New Age makes great figures, dude. The only thing that I dislike between New Age and Magic Square is that their scales are slightly off from one another. It's the only thing I dislike.
Yeah, you can't really combine them, but otherwise, these are super cool, and yep, this is my favorite version.
New Age Megatron is called Agamemnon.
Agamemnon, that's it.
Yeah.
Agamemnon, that's a fucking weird one.
Agamemnon.
Yeah, here he is.
Agamemnon.
This is the painted version of it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a New Age. Yeah, it's a little bulkier. Like, New Age has this thing that their figures look a little bit slimmer.
Yeah, they do.
You also see that on the Devastator, but otherwise, and so good, so happy.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Hey,
and today I had great playtime because I got the Origins Castle Grayskull loaned for a review.
Nice.
Nice.
That was fun.
Hey, Tim, can I just say that I have been looking at that RoboCop and Ed 209 on the shelf there since we started. Those are awesome. So
yeah, they are. They are. But it's the first time you actually call them out and stay positive. Everybody essentially say, so why does it look like Murphy's taking a dump? You're really literally the first one that ever called that out positive.
I never noticed that till you pointed it out to me.
I'm not gonna lie. I was one of those people who said, "Why is he taking a dump?" Like,
yeah, it's like he's sitting on two big pieces of steel essentially, and he's watching his own face after taking off the helmet in the original movie.
Yeah.
The Ed 209 is beautiful.
Let's go to the bathroom.
No.
So which Ed 209 is that?
That's the Hot Toys, the 2.0.
Okay.
Nice.
But it's still got the rubber dome. Due to all the cat hair floating through the air, I have to meticulously clean the dome every few months and hand pick all the hair out of the rubber dome, and then re-lubricate that with a car rubber care product, because otherwise it will crack. And when it was released back then, I believe it was now 5 or 6 years ago. Like, it's been mere days when people reported the dome was cracking everywhere. Like, literally, it was looking like Death Valley in a matter of days. And then people came up with ideas like putting a full plastic ball on top of it, making a steel mesh, and Hot Toys never responded. Like, no customer service ever responded to that, and
they're like, "Fuck it, we got our money. We don't have to worry about it."
Yeah,
essentially,
really.
And they also went the super cheap way. It doesn't have the original voice, the original voice clips from the movie. Some Chinese dude spoke the 20 seconds line, and you hear
have
that.
3 seconds to comply.
No, like worse, like really.
You have 3 seconds to comply.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But that is all there is.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's horrible. But at least it comes with a nice remote, so you always have a nameplate to your collection.
Nice.
That's good.
There you
so,
go.
yeah.
I hope they make RoboCop the one with Kane, so that you could add it to your shelf.
Oh yeah,
Kane is dope.
I would love that. Like, Hot Toys actually teased a 1/6 Kane back then. I would have totally added it to it, but it never came out. Instead, Phil Tippett did a statue, but polystone and all that in this lightweight built fuck up of a building, like, put it up and the whole collection would just come down. No, sir.
I have one Hot Toys figure. It's the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Nice.
I got that too.
So, yeah, that was like a holy grail for me. Like, I found it at a RetroCon, I think it was.
Nice. Yeah.
And it was I paid $300 for it.
Yeah,
that's not too bad though.
Yeah, it was not bad at all considering the prices I've seen for it. It didn't come. It came with the box. It was all complete and everything. It just didn't have the 2 triangular pieces for the box that.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? There's like the 2 triangular pieces that are supposed to hold the box up, so that because the box itself is like a Superman symbol shape, and these 2 triangle pieces are supposed to brace it up so that you can stand it up.
Exactly.
So it didn't come with those 2 pieces, and that's fine. I don't care about that. But like the whole figure itself was complete. But that's like the only Hot Toys figure I have. But I do collect TB League figures.
Nice.
So I have Death Dealer, She. If you remember that comic,
Billy Tucci.
I know the figure.
And 1/6 scale, right?
Yeah. And La Muerta from Coffin Comics.
Yeah.
And I started collecting their TV League's Egyptian Gods line. I started
those
with
look cool.
Anubis, and then I got is it Horus and Month in my stash at BBTS.
Nice.
And I also have been getting their Court of the Dead 1/6 scale figures because they have a deal with Sideshow Collectibles.
Cool.
Sideshow has like their proprietary statue line, Court of the Dead, and they teamed up with TV League to do 1/6 scale figures. So they released Cure, First Sword of Death, and the Queen, Gethsemane. They've released those so far, and then their third one coming out is going to be Kier as an angel, because she's she's a fallen angel. She had her wings cut off and everything, and now she's and she hunts down angels and stuff like that. But she used to be an angel herself, and so their new figure is going to be her in her angel form, and she's got these big wings and everything. It looks awesome. I can't wait to get that one.
God,
yeah, I got a little bit more of 1/6. Like those is only the small part. I got an old Kallax back there. I got the Terminator ones all.
Oh, nice.
I got the Terminator Genesis 1/6. I got the Terminator 2, pretty much the complete line. I got the Mondo 1/6. I got the original Hulkbuster 1/6. That is the most expensive piece in my collection. I will never ever cross that line.
Yeah,
like that was aftermarket over 1K.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus. Nope, I'm good.
Too buku.
I would love to have one. There's one Terminator figure I would love to have, and actually it would be a custom. But I would love to get like a TV League muscular body and just get a Arnold Schwarzenegger head, and just have that as like the naked Terminator when he first comes back, because TV League figures are anatomically correct.
Yeah,
and so the male bodies come with a selection of phalluses that you can put on this thing.
Yeah, you can
in various states of erectus.
Yeah. I found out I didn't know that they had all those, to be honest.
Yeah, but there are some cool customs out there with this. Like you can actually with the skeleton, you can actually crouch him down, and then people did dioramas with a street with a little bit of a bowl piece carved out. And it's a little bit semi-translucent, and it shines orange through it, like directly after the arrival. There's cool stuff out there.
Yeah. I just like to have a naked Arnold on my shelf just to get people's reactions when they look at the collection.
The only Terminator version
all,
is the Terminator from when he would when Reese was remembering what was happening to him in the tunnels. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
When that one Terminator managed to infiltrate, and he came in with his fucking like.
Oh yeah, you mean the small Franco Colombo Terminator?
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't Arnold himself, but it was an Arnold-esque kind of character. So
yeah.
Nice. So, we want to go ahead and get into Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into it. So, like we do every week, so we kind of go around, kind of give our thoughts, what we thought of the episode, like beginning, middle, end, and then we kind of give our score at the end, Levi, so that way you know. So why don't we go and start out with you, since you're our special guest. So what did you think of the beginning of the episode, and kind of go through that? We'll kind of go through the beginning with all of us, and then we'll go through the middle, and then go through the end. Like any highlights you had that you remembered, go ahead and talk about them.
I absolutely love this show. I thought this show was absolutely fantastic. I love the way the episode opened up. They didn't go into this whole thing where Sam opens up the case and looks at the new costume. He tries on something. No, they went right into it. You know, he shows up. He's in the costume. I thought that was great. I thought he looked great. I thought it looked like it just came right off the comic book page. So love that suit. But yeah, what else happened in the beginning? Shoot, I can't remember what happened in the beginning. What else happened in the beginning of that episode?
Well, remember him and sorry, I don't mean to chime in on you.
No, that's good.
I don't know if you guys kind of recall, like they had where they kind of did like the fight scene between him and what's that guy's name?
Oh, Batroc.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it started
right.
out with them two kind of fighting and them going to the building and all that. So
I like that they brought him back. I thought,
super cool.
Yeah, I like when they bring in obscure characters and whatnot.
Not like only one off. No, that's
great. And he's getting a bit of love lately. You know, with his appearances in Gwenpool and whatnot. And he was a really cool character in that. So
really? Okay.
Yeah. Him and Gwenpool had a lot of really cool conversations and whatnot. So, but I thought his inclusion in this was good. I didn't know, because you know how Sharon brought him in, you know, on the down low, and I didn't exactly know what her game was. I didn't know what his game was. You know, whether he was, you know, just spying for her, or if he was like really joining her cause, or if he was really genuinely wanting to go after Falcon or whatever. Yeah. So like up to this point, I didn't know exactly what his game plan was. But I liked how they incorporated him into this series. I thought it was a nice callback to Winter Soldier and everything. So that was cool. The let's see here. So with when Bucky was on the phone with Carly, so that was just a distraction for them to get the
council or whatever it is away.
Okay.
The CRC or whatever it was. I think. Okay. Is it CRC or
GRC?
GRC.
global relocation committee.
Okay. So,
But yeah, so is that what you had that you remember kind of from the beginnings of the first
Yeah.
episode?
yeah.
What about you, Wolf? What did you have any highlights?
I like the costume very much. I knew it was coming. Mostly, I've seen it before. I think Diamond Select let it slip out. They revealed a figure, so I knew it was coming. And I saw it in the comics too. I like it then. I like it here. I think it's really great.
Yeah.
It's
Probably also the comic most accurate costume we probably got in the MCU. Probably.
Yeah. Right. I'm thinking about it now. It's pretty dead on.
Yeah.
That's probably you're right. I think it's their closest representation of that. Right off the page. I don't know how I feel about Sharon being the power broker. Like I thought that was a red herring at first. But then it's her. She's pulling all the strings here. I'm like, wow, what are you up to? What changed? You really changed.
Yeah.
Like you were making out with.
Corrupted heart.
Yeah, you were making out with Steve a few movies ago. Now you're running a country.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a big change, and I'm hoping they dwell on that in the upcoming movie, which we'll talk about, I'm sure.
Yeah. Super cool.
I liked U.S. agents' kind of change of heart.
His redemption, I guess.
Yeah, somewhat of a redemption. Yeah, he came in. I mean, he still wanted to kill those people. He was swinging the shield like it was an axe. He wanted to take someone out, but he when he came down to it, he picked saving the people. Over that. So that was cool. I'm curious as to where they're going with him in the new black costume and in the what's her name? I'm sorry, the
Countess.
Val.
Countess.
The Countess,
I thought it was Contessa for some reason.
Or
It
Contessa.
is Contessa.
Okay, the name she
It's
doesn't
Contessa,
want to
yeah.
call Val.
Something Fontaine. She has long Val.
Val. Call her Val.
Elaine.
Princess Fontaine. Yeah, Elaine. Yes, Elaine.
The purple-haired lady.
Yeah, Elaine.
Yeah.
Or Madam Hydra, whatever you guys want to call her.
And I like the scene.
Weird purple-haired Seinfeld lady twin.
Yo, she's kind of hot with that purple hair, though, for real.
Looks good.
Yeah. And I like the scene with Bucky at the very end where he went to the guy from the beginning.
Yeah.
And he just confessed, hey, it was me.
Yeah.
So that was very touching. I'm sure that was very hard to do. And he gave the book to his therapist and said, thank you, pretty much.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help. That was pretty deep. I like that scene.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What? All right.
I killed my
Is that a man
son. What'd you do? Why'd you kill him?
That's so fucked up, man.
Wow.
Fucking
you.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
I just
Uncle
imagine
Roger.
Never let him give condolences. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm a total piece of trash, man. I really am.
Yeah, you're all right.
Fucking Uncle Roger over here.
Yeah, no shit.
And of course, the biggest surprise at all of this is we're getting another movie. We're getting Captain America 4, which is in the notes here somewhere. So I'm excited to see where they go with this.
Yeah, and Chris Evans kind of returns wherever.
Allegedly, yeah. Let's see what he's not on the moon like the one guy said.
Battle from the
Yeah, that was kind of a throwaway line, but it's like, what are the implications of that? So because they from the beginning of the series, they kind of implied that Steve died, that he passed away.
He's gone, right? We kept hearing he's gone.
They kept saying he's gone, but he never said he died.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
But that was the implication. So now you get this throwaway character extra saying, I thought he was on the moon or some shit like that. It's like, all right, so what is that implying now? So, and is that like where Nick Fury's at?
He's hanging on the moon with all the mutants.
Yeah.
With all the mutants.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Sword.
So is that's you? You have to say you want to go? We'll go.
No, we can go to Tim.
All right. Cool.
Okay. So
Let's get it, Tim.
yeah. Also have to add a little bit about Walker. What I really liked is that he kind of got his redemption, but you still saw this kind of, I don't know, this little bit, the serum kind of fucked him up, and you saw that, like he was standing there at the kind of at the crossroads, you know, Carly on the one side and that toppling over van on the other. And he was really like, what the fuck am I gonna do? You know, he was really losing it kind of. And even though it seemed like he was kind of in a better headspace at the very end with the Contessa, and he was like, I'm back. But just before, did you see what he did? Like, he called her out, like, she was like, leave your phone on, and he was like, yeah, okay, Val. And she was like, don't call me that. And his head twitched to the right, like, got it. And that was me when I was like,
weird as shit.
Oh, okay, this
I didn't catch that.
This dude is
That's
not
some Winter
right
Soldier shit right there. Like,
yeah, he was really like, got it. And I was really like, okay, was he like glitching or what the fuck was going on? So that was super cool. What I also liked was exactly what Levi said. Like, they went all in with Falcon America, essentially. Like, nothing showed, nothing whatsoever. Like, directly all in. And he really trained with the shield. I enjoyed that too. Like, really, when he was battling Batroc, and he was almost stumbling over that shield, but no, he was actually fighting towards that shield. He was kicking that up, and then it slammed Batroc in the face. That was super cool. I want to see where Carter is going, like exactly what Wolf said. Okay, Agent 13 is kind of corrupted now, power broker-ish. What the hell was that about? So there's a lot of stuff happening. What I liked also was Bucky's redemption. Like that, he was really this was then finally back with James Barnes, you know, when he was back at Louisiana with Sam and his family. He had no gloves on, like he was healthy with his arm, and he had fun with the kids and all, and he was actually having a vacation, like a little bit of an evolution of what I said last week, where I said, okay, at the start I was like, yeah, thanks, good talk, and now good talk, you know, and that was a fun time. He's actually good with the family, and just some really, really, really great and solid evolution in those characters. It's superb. The show is just great, and I wonder how they're going about with Captain America further with the fourth part, and maybe Chris Evans in there if he's only having the RDJ approach of a role, or maybe, I don't know, Thunderbolt Ross, or he's at the, I don't know, what is it, the Skrull station kind of with Nick Fury. So
maybe it's a Skrull pretending to be Steve Rogers or something. You never know.
You never know. That's right. Or you never know. Maybe he's turning up already in Loki. You know, I mean, next month, alternate universe, but where the Avengers and everything is still a thing. So just minus the Tesseract, there's so much stuff going on. Also, a little thing, I love what they did with the shield. Like, the overall shield of John Walker looked the same, you know, but you just saw when he was battling them, and he was using it like a scythe also. But then after a few hits, it was just this dented fucking junk. That was all there is. He could still swing it and everything because he was powerful, but nothing whatsoever on vibranium. So there was so many cool things in there. It's crazy. I rewatched that 3 times already. Great final episode. Really, really cool. But that's for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what if Sharon is a Skrull?
That would be interesting.
Oh,
that's a good point. That's an excellent point.
Because
Now that
this turn as the power broker, that doesn't seem like her.
No,
I get she was burned. I guess she was burned and everything, you know, but she knew the consequences of what could happen when she stole the shield and Sam's wings and stuff like that. She knew the consequences were. Yeah. You know, so I think this turn as the power broker really doesn't seem to be in her character.
Big character.
That's what I was thinking. I was just like, this is very
something
odd.
seemed weird about her. You know?
Like really overly evil. Like she was reinstated, and then she turns to the camera like,
Well, she was more calculated than what she was in the past movies and the show and earlier in the season. So,
but at the end of the day, But at the end of the day, you never know if she maybe already had these aspirations, but she was locked in, you know, and this just kind of, I don't know, all these events kind of triggered her, so to speak. You never know.
Yeah. What were you saying, Levi?
No, I was gonna say, like, now she has access, like she said, to weapons and all this technology now. So, I mean, what if maybe she's like part of a splinter group of Skrulls or whatever, that are trying to infiltrate, world governments. and things like that. Because the Skrulls in Captain Marvel, they were kind of portrayed like allies and good guys and whatnot. And at least that's the way they kind of left it. When the movie ended, but maybe she's part of a splinter group. That's,
maybe like a radical group or something.
Yeah, and then that could be what Secret Invasion is going to be all about.
Ooh, that's an interesting theory.
Yeah. That's also what I thought about during Endgame today. Like where's the next Avengers going? What are they actually building? How is this gonna be about?
Now, Wolf, you were getting ready to say something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. Because I was thinking about this last night or whatever. Because why it's just so weird to me, because she led them to the guy who was making the serum, and like that just seems like something you wouldn't want to do. That seems like an investment you would want to protect, because you're trying to make. She said, we don't have access to the super soldiers anymore.
Yeah, especially when Nemo or Zemo is with him, and so how he feels about super soldiers.
That's kind of, that part. I don't know. That's why it doesn't kind of fit with me a little bit. Just because, why would you do that?
It just seems like stuff's not adding up. Like
yeah, maybe it'll get explained. I don't know. That's why it's an odd choice for me. That's why I thought she was a red herring in all this.
Yeah.
All right, Yule. I see you over there itching like crazy. I know you've been quiet. I've been seeing you looking like a crack fiend over there, ready to say something. So go ahead.
Well, let me start with the bad. I was really torn with the way they ended U.S. Agent's arc, like John Walker's arc. On one hand, I was kind of happy he kind of got redemption, but on the other hand, I didn't care if he got redemption. I just liked him being the a-hole heel character. Like I really wanted him to fucking kill all of those terrorists, like smash them with them shields. I really wanted him to like totally smash Enfy's Nest fucking brains in with that shit, and but that didn't happen. Aside from that, the very beginning part, the action sequences with the Falcon were spectacular. Gosh damn, like the way I love the way. I never thought I would enjoy watching Mackie and the Falcon do things with the shield, Captain America shield in flight and stuff. I thought that was just
that was badass.
That was.
When he would do the flips and then the wings come out and then the shield, like
flying into things and throwing the shield and then catching it and all really neat like animal tricks and shit. I just think it's cool, right?
Now, what did you guys think of the helicopter scene with him in the flight and all that shit?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I think it was good. Yeah,
that was
wonderful.
Yeah, what I also liked is when that helicopter came down and he formed an even bigger shield from his wings and the shield on top. That was also looking super cool. Sorry.
What were you saying, you?
Oh no, and then I loved how the director, the action sequence guy, obviously since he doesn't have super serum, he has to he's only human. When Enfy's Nest kicked him or hit him, and he had to raise his shield, and the wings had to compensate and dig into the ground.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
That was a cool thing. That was cool.
Exactly. Very clever. I thought, yes.
Do you think that whole suit is made out of vibranium?
I don't know.
Like the Black Panther suit?
I hope so.
Yeah, it could be mesh.
Well, it looked like it was padded. Like to me,
wings are at least.
It looked like to me the suit was very similar to the suit from the first Captain America, where it had the big padding on the shoulders and everything, stuff like that. So
I would think though, like since he doesn't have this super soldier serum, he would need something, like you said, to compensate for it. And I think like if that whole suit was made from vibranium, it would be much better protection from the kinds of threats he's going to be facing.
Yeah.
So it was just a thought, like, because we didn't see him put it on, so we don't know if it's like that vibranium nanotech technology, or if it's like just a normal suit and just the wings are vibranium or whatever. So
if it would have been all of vibranium, I think we could have seen this kinetic energy absorption thing the Black Panther does, and we didn't. So I think this is just the overall cloth thing, and then the wings are.
It could
vibranium.
be V1, could be version 1 of the suit. You never
know.
Well, like the Black Panther suit from Civil War didn't have the kinetic absorption though. So I mean,
that's right.
Those are separate technologies. So
also true. Yeah.
So also, whenever I saw when Sebastian Stan did his redemption arc too, that was cool. But sadly, the whole time I was looking at him, all I could think of was, what a waste of not using him as Luke Skywalker the whole time. Like, look at that face. That's Luke gosh damn Skywalker.
It is.
You need to get, you know, Disney, y'all need to.
It's uncanny.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, y'all need to send him over to Lucasfilms to play Luke already.
You would just have to get Mark Hamill to dub the voiceover.
The voices.
Yeah.
But I think they would do that for Mandalorian season 3. I think so. That would have been
interesting.
That would have been a big waste if they wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with Baron Zemo because he's in the raft. I'm hoping the Thunderbolts happen sooner already.
I love that they did address that because they didn't call him Baron Zemo in Civil War.
Yeah,
you know, and then but in I think it was like what episode 3 or whatever, you know, he's like, where do you get all this music? I'm a baron. You know, I'm extremely wealthy.
Yeah.
And I wanna talk a moment about that. I think it's super cool that a German is actually playing in this fucking universe. This is a big thing, and quite honestly, not because yay Germany. No, it's not because it is because this guy was really laughed upon back in the 90s at his first actual roles on German cinema, on German comedies. He was he was
I didn't know that.
He was bad, and he grew big time as an actor. And to be able to be that, I mean, still, of course, yeah, it's a German, and he's quasi cast into a quasi Nazi role. But this is a whole different version of Zemo, way more fleshed out, like way on a more personal level.
Yeah.
And to see Daniel Brühl in that, and actually, this guy really evolved. This is
I like the fact they didn't kill him off.
Yeah.
They have a lot of villains.
That's what I hated about Batroc, that they brought him back. I love the name. Josh Batroc just rolls off the tongue, you know, and he's now gone.
I hope
Is anybody
they find a way
really
to bring
gone
him
now?
back. I hope they find a way to bring him back.
I believe in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, people are gone. Yeah, like gone. Not like Thanos gone, Infinity War, and we're just bringing him back. No, but if people are gone, then they're gone.
But we didn't see a body. We didn't see the extent of his injuries. He could have just been
That's true.
knocked out,
gravely injured.
Well, he was going to reveal to the world that she was the power broker. I hope she had a good shot on that one.
Yeah, no shit.
Fair point.
Not just like shoot him in the kneecap.
Yeah. So what were we else going to say, you?
Oh no, I think that's that. Well, other than I was pretty excited that U.S. Agent was gonna do his thing. I don't know how they're gonna where he's gonna show up in the future, because he was really more of a '90s character that just kind of got lost in the shuffle. I mean, I know he did a couple of things during the Civil War comics, like he was part of I think the Initiative, I believe, like training a couple of the guys, or administratively part of, if not part a consultant for Norman Osborn when he was in charge of all the bad guys who are now in charge of shit. Yeah.
I heard people are predicting that he's going to lead the MCU's version of the Thunderbolts.
I hope so.
Yep.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
that's where that
Zemo
means.
first.
Zemo's in the raft. I wanted to say Zemo's in the raft. Who else is in the raft? There are several people in the raft.
I don't know.
Abomination.
Was he in the raft?
Yeah.
He hasn't been seen since Incredible Hulk.
And they did mention him before, like that. What's the guy's name? Tim Roth.
Yeah,
he is signed on to be on the She-Hulk show.
She-Hulk. Good. I'd love to see. I'd love to see them bring him back.
Dude, I love him as a character. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I love that Abomination version also. That was creepy. That dude.
All right, is that all you got, you?
That's it.
All right.
Jason, what do you think?
Falcon in the Wheel.
All right, so for me, just like you guys, the opening scene, just seeing him in that outfit, you're like, oh shit, stuff's about to get wrecked. Him busting through that glass, and then all of a sudden they get into that fight, and everything with the wings, and The fact that he's using the boosters on the wings to kind of help compensate with some of the shit and everything else is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love the
like shield
fact,
charges.
dude, like him doing the flips and the wings that are out, and then he catches the shield and throws it back. I'm like, damn, this guy put in work, like without having any super soldier serum. So I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
Something else that that really stuck out to me that I don't think anybody's talked about yet was the scene with him and Isaiah Bradley after the whole speech and everything.
Beautiful.
It was great. It was an interesting scene. It was cool to see him just. You can see the glimmer in his eye, and then him taking him to the museum, and it's showing like, look, now they're never gonna forget you, and kind of had like his mural of all the other shit up and what happened with them. So that was kind of cool. That was cool that they did that. I thought.
That scene got me. That scene got me.
And just you could see the grandson. What's the grandson's name again? I can't remember.
Elijah.
Just to see the look in his eye, to see that Sam did that to his grandfather, you know there's going to be some sort of connection somewhere. With that whole thing, and you can see that they're kind of slowly putting the Young Avengers together. And since his actual character was in it, I could see that kind of being inspiration, like his grandfather and everything, the struggles, and seeing what Sam did on TV. I can see them, him kind of stepping up at some point, doing something,
Can the super soldier serum be passed down through generations?
That's what I wonder.
Okay, so again, you know how I believe this is how Elijah got his powers. What happened was he gets shot, and his only blood donor was
his grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how he gets his powers.
That's how he get the super soldier serum.
Yeah, because I think when he started, he was taking pills, right?
Yeah.
And then he got shot up.
It was pill form, and then he got hurt. Yeah, I remember that because I remember reading an article somewhere about that. But it kind of makes you wonder, are they going to go that route, or are they just going to be like he had it, he just never really said anything,
Good question. Yeah.
So I don't know. It was. I'd probably say
super
it
sperm.
wasn't super sperm.
Hopefully.
Super worm. No.
Wow.
But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was definitely a great episode. I wouldn't say it's probably my favorite episode of the series, but it was definitely up there with one of the top 2 of the episodes of the series for me. Yeah. It definitely had a lot of really good moving scenes. Like, I actually was rooting for John, to be honest. Like John Walker. Just to see the shit going on. And to see that he didn't totally lose it 100%. He was still there. Just he was acting out of anger and everything else. I could totally see why he did that.
Correct.
So just to see everything that had happened, the scenes with Bucky and everything going on, him going to see his friend, telling him what had happened. You could see a redemption arc, So I'm kind of curious to see what happens with him. Like, what is he going to become now? Is he still going to be the Winter Soldier or something else?
Yeah.
So
maybe even a different idea to pull the arc of him as, I don't know, maybe a secondary Captain America or something like that.
Because he gets it at one point.
Yeah, in the comics, I mean, he was I believe 2 or 3 times Captain America actually. Even you just went. In parallel, also with Sam, so maybe we see something like that too. I think that could be super cool. I love the little nods during the series that Buck all the time had the shield. So
there we go. Sorry, he popped out. It looks like he dropped for a second.
Yeah. So
my internet connection was probably trash or something.
Yeah. So I think
clear
that's
your browser cache. It's all the ball art you're looking at. So, anyways, what were you saying, Tim?
That I just enjoyed that we are getting all these nods of Buck also being the the Captain America, and I would have kind of loved to see this version, like with the black trunks and everything, and then also with a silver arm. But with a vibranium arm, that doesn't really work anymore. So I'm good with how the series closed. Also, one thing I also love was the speech that Sam gave to the GRC guys.
Yeah.
Like really that he was like, okay, you really want to do this, and you had this little girl fighting your shit,
And no one
don't
stopped to
wanna
ask
see-
why.
Yeah, never
Yeah.
stopped to ask why.
That was
and you don't
interesting.
want-
That was interesting.
and you don't want to see 2.0, you know?
Because
And
it'll
then
come back
also-
worse. That's what he said, right? It'll come back
Yeah.
worse. That's 2.0.
Yeah, and also there were still some flag smashers, but then came Zemo's Alfred. Kaboom!
Yo, that was awesome. To me, I love Zemo as this character, the way he's been being portrayed in this. So.
That was
All
great.
right, so what would you guys give the episode 1 out of 10? Let's go with Levy. Let's go with you.
I give it a 9.
9.
I give it a 9 out of 10. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. So, in fact, I would probably give this series a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Overall? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that too. Everybody give an overall as well, like of the series as a whole.
Yep.
What about you, Wolf? What'd you give it?
I would definitely also give this episode a 9. And the series itself, yeah, screw it. I'd give it a 9 as well. I loved it. I did. Every week.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait to watch it.
Yeah,
Nice,
me too.
Nice. All right. Yule, what do you give it?
9, definitely for all overall. Even the episode
Overall.
itself, especially the action sequences, totally made it for me, man. Like I'll never forget the details because the details really
They matter.
made it for me. Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Tim, what about you? What do you give it?
Also a 9, maybe even a 9.5. Like I think they almost perfected it. Like it was really amazing evolution of characters in there. Great new characters they put in, like some connection to movies that are coming, with the Contessa and the Black Widow, with John Walker having a new cap, but not really, and then having the actual cap. You know, I think the only thing that this is just something in myself that I'm just a tad disappointed, is that they didn't put in Chris Evans maybe as old Cap. That was, but maybe because it just was so short, just directly after Endgame. So I'm good with that. So yeah, I'm
couldn't afford him
swimming
either.
somewhere in between
Yeah.
9 to 9.5 of 10. So
Okay.
yeah, really great. I'm with Wolf. Like every Friday, I was like, yeah, you finally won the soldier. I was, yeah, it was
Nice.
great.
Nice.
Amazing.
One thing. The name is La Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. It's a mouthful.
Val,
That's
Yeah.
a mouthful.
Exactly.
it's a mouthful.
La Contessa Valentina Allegra de la
A
Fontaine.
lot of syllables in that name.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Too many syllables.
I just
Right?
say Madam Hydra.
Yeah, Madam Hydra shit.
So the
Like-
only way to really pronounce this right is and you have to form the way this hand this way. Otherwise,
Are you Italian?
That looks like you're grabbing somebody by the balls and trying to talk right. Sorry, I had to. Oh man. So
Thanks,
all right.
dude. That was itching. That's the right spot.
All right. So I'm gonna pull a U. I'm gonna give it a 9.8.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah. I mean,
You need a graphic, a 9.8 graphic.
yeah.
Don't work on
He does have a 9.8. I gave him one. So
Yeah. So realistic. I'd say I'm with you guys. I'd give the series a solid 9.
Yeah.
Overall, between beginning to end, you knew this was going to be a different type of series than Wanda. You knew it was going to be a certain type. Just to see all these new characters, all these twists and turns and everything else, and then with everything going on, the times the way they are, it's kind of cool to see some shit like uplifting. See some some good TV entertainment, especially with the way the world's been the last year. So definitely, I gave the episode a 9, and I would say I give the series an overall a 9.
Very good.
Good call.
So-
Good call.
Now, do you guys want to talk about Mortal Kombat for a little bit? The movie.
Well, hang on. Let me ask a question for everyone.
All right.
Next
good.
up is Loki. What are our expectations here?
Low.
Oh no, I'm excited for Loki. I'm excited for Loki.
Okay.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
I don't like the character. I don't think he deserves his own show. But
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Like, who else are they going to bring on though in this show? I mean, since there's a lot of twists and turns. I like Owen Wilson as a character, so in some of his movies. So I think it's going to be interesting with him. But
I just want to see why he's parading around as DB Cooper. So I want an explanation for all of that. It's like, why is he DB Cooper?
Yeah.
Tim, what are you thinking?
I don't know, man. Like, I love him as Loki, but I think like his time is kind of past. I mean, I love the idea that Marvel is now doing multiverse, like really parallel universes, due to this one fucking stone just being plucked right out.
Mm-hmm.
That is good, and I'm looking forward to it. But at the same time, I feel like, okay, Loki had his big arc, and then maybe keep it that way. You know, maybe, yeah, you have this one universe, and you got it all fleshed out, and now you're getting alternate versions. Like, maybe this is a tad too much. Like, maybe overachieving, overarching, whatever.
What if he's not the main, even though the show's called Loki, what if the story really isn't about him as much as other shit?
So you mean like the name of the show should be actually Low Key? Like, he's not Loki, he's just...
Wow. But it's just all the shit that's going on. Maybe they're going to tie other stuff that they haven't shown yet, maybe on this show.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm glad that they're bringing us more content, but that's, I'm glad that they're still doing it. I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. And I think it's going to be kind of different than pretty much all the other shit with Loki that's been going on. You know what I mean? So that's just me.
Yeah, I'm curious as to where they're going with this, but I'm also expecting headaches because it sounds like time travel's involved here. That's what time travel does to me. How they're going to explain all this and variants. I think that they're calling him the variant. I know that. Like, what are they going to do? But we'll see. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm curious. But like I said, I'm also expecting some headaches. Hopefully they explain everything on a really dumb level for dummies like me.
God.
I think he went beyond. I think he went beyond me caring for him even as a trickster, even though I like trickster characters, but not after what he pulled in the first Avengers. I'm like, I just need that guy to fucking die.
Wow.
Wow. Hiddleston did a really good job at the, acting that role. He's very charismatic and stuff. Loki in general,
he's a good actor.
I need him killed. Like, I hope somebody stabs him and fucking really ends him, because I don't like Loki at all.
Wow, okay, we're ending the show dark. That's good.
Damn.
Mortal Kombat.
Well, speaking of dark, let's go to Mortal Kombat.
That is weird. I just want to have this guy stabbed. Fair enough.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of Mortal Kombat? Love you. Why don't we go to you real quick?
It was entertaining. I enjoyed it. It had its flaws for me. Like it being like over the top and stuff like that, and silly and weird. You know, that's always been Mortal Kombat. That's always been a part of Mortal Kombat. You know, that doesn't bother me. But the actual
those are serious fights. I don't know what you're talking about.
But the way they told the story, I think, kind of bothers me a bit, because
that script was shit.
There was no tournament. They talked about a tournament. They talked about the tournament to save Earthrealm from Outworld, but they didn't actually have a tournament. It was just a bunch of fights, and especially the ones at the end when they went after Shang Tsung's people. It was like a montage, and it didn't really have that oomph, that climactic feeling, or anything like that. And I didn't like what they did with Goro. He looked cool, Some of the CGI was a little spotty, but he just ended up being a thug, being like, just an assassin. And it's like, that's not what Goro is. Goro is the Mortal Kombat champion. He's the one you have to face after you've gone through all the other fighters. To fight him, you have to earn that fight.
That's correct.
And he ends up getting killed by some no-name new character that no one's ever heard of before, who just found his power.
Who just covered by shoestrings. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. And it's like, nah, that doesn't sit well with
Looks
me.
like Filipino rattan furniture.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, it's like you have to earn your fight against Goro. Not just anybody gets to face Goro. And they just turned him into a chump. And that didn't sit well with me. I didn't really care for Shang Tsung.
I mean, I love the actor for it, but I'm also like, okay, yeah, didn't he do the blackmail on the Dark Knight? I don't know, as a sorcerer.
Yeah, he was the calculator in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But,
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm very good at calculation. But
exactly. Nice.
Yeah, and I just didn't. I didn't care for his character at all. I mean, Kano was awesome.
Kano was one of my favorites of the film.
Yeah, and I
was
saw
such a dick, and he was so funny.
I just saw a meme today.
That was probably the best dude they could get after Trevor Goddard, I believe.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Levi?
I just saw a meme today that the actor who portrayed Kano was just admitted to the hospital for injuries sustained while carrying the entire Mortal Kombat movie on his back.
Oh, dude, you gotta send that to me. I gotta see that shit.
I'll have to find it, but yeah, that shit was funny. But let me tell you, one of my favorite moments of the movie, it was very subtle, when Sonya and Cole were talking, and he asked her where her mark was, and she says, "I don't have one." And you hear Kano go, "Wah, wah," like real quiet.
Yeah, that's right.
It was real quiet. Right. Like you just hear go, "Wah, wah." I was laughing so hard.
Like they really put the Australian in him too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that is like because at first this guy was just some American in Mortal Kombat 1, and then Trevor Goddard came around. Yeah. "Hello, baby. Did you miss me?"
Yeah, he wasn't originally envisioned as an Australian, but then after Trevor Goddard played him, like that kind of became canon for him.
Perfect.
So but Kano was just absolutely awesome. I did like the modern interpretations they took with some of the characters, like Kung Lao. In like the modern games, they made him they made his style much more defined with Wing Chun. Before it was just kind of like a generic kung fu style that he practiced, but in more recent games, he did like the Ip Man fucking repeated punches and everything like that, and you could see that in like his combos and stuff that he does in the game, and it was nice to see him do that here. Cabal, I really liked. He looked like he just jumped right off the screen.
Dude, did you see all the burns on his arms and everything? Yep. Like that was crazy.
Yeah,
cool.
So he looked like he just jumped right off the screen from the latest Mortal Kombat game. Like looked exactly like him, and I loved how way they had him running around all speedy and everything. That was cool.
He's actually speeding around.
Yeah. Yeah, he's super fast. That like in fact, in the game he has a move where like when he runs and it hits you, you spin around and you're caught in that state, so he can combo you and everything.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. So all in all, that was cool. I couldn't really get into the Cole character at all.
I think that was a letdown for me a little bit.
We all tried.
Yeah, I mean they could have just put Johnny Cage in there. I did like that they tried to get away from Liu Kang being the main character.
Yeah.
They tried to do something different. I just didn't like the way they executed it. I liked that Liu Kang was more of a mentor character because Raiden really wasn't that in this movie. He just kind of sat off to the sidelines, just let everything else.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. The problem I have with it though, if there's this one chosen one dude meaning to be this Cole guy, then you don't actually need Liu Kang in the movie. Mm-hmm. This is also what I said about the Bayverse Transformers. Like you have with Mortal Kombat, you almost now have 40 years worth of characters. At first, maybe written poorly, but there are 40 years worth of characters. and then you do Cole Young. Same as with Transformers 3 Dark of the Moon. Like, there's so much depth into Shockwave. It's just a scheming dude, a scientist. And what he get? 5 minutes of screen time and a friggin' Cybertronian worm. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well,
That's interesting. Did you guys know that the guy Keith Cook, who played Sub-Zero in, what is it, Annihilation, he was in this film?
Was he?
Yeah, but I don't know what he played, though.
Keith Cook also played Reptile in the first Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he was like a stunt double or something like that, or something like that for one of the characters.
But at least one of the original movie. I was hoping to see Chris Casamassa, the original Scorpion, in this new one.
Yeah.
From my understanding, the director said when he took this project on, he goes, "Fuck, the suits are forcing this Cole fucker in the script." And
that sounds like a executive interference kind of thing.
So he said he tried to make magic out of, he tried to do the best that he can with the parameters, given to him. So,
so what about anything from you, Levy?
Yeah, I thought the Kung Lao fatality was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
that was taken right out of the game too.
A lot of the smart ass comments, like saying fatality and like all that other shit, like all that was in there, special moves, like everything.
Yeah, it was all cheesy, and I don't have a problem. A lot of people were complaining, the movie was cheesy and this and that and everything.
The games are cheesy,
yeah,
bloody.
It's all very tongue in cheek, and none of that bothered me. I was all very entertained by all that. It's not great high art cinema, but I'm not going to see a Mortal Kombat movie for high art cinema.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was very entertaining. It just they needed to. They needed. I think it needed some more time in the oven, and I think they needed to just scrap the whole Cole character. Just not. Yeah. He did not work at all.
Good.
We need the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut version.
The Paul W.S. Anderson cut.
Right? Oh yeah. Ooh, that'd be an interesting one. So good. Yeah. What'd you think?
Okay, no, I share a lot of what Levy's sentiments are about this, the movie. I enjoyed the movie because I was able to shut, in my expectations, and this is coming from the guy that loves Starship Troopers Part 2. Okay, I love that
film too, dude. So don't knock it.
Oh, that's rough.
I love it. I watch it, more than I watch Part 1.
Did you like the third one though? That's the question.
I love the song on that one a lot. I would sing it, but not as much as I love Part 2. Part 2 is just awesome for me. I don't know why. I love how Spartan they did, how well they did given the budget of that film. In my opinion. But the real big thing for me was how crappy the script was. There's a lot of things that were head scratchers for me. I'm glad that Scorpion made an appearance, but how he made an appearance was like,
like out of thin air, like
why?
Yeah.
Definitely the addition of Cole. Totally, you could tell that the guys were trying their best to find a way to justify any kind of situation to take place. I really didn't care, a lot about Cole. I feel bad because the guy, I'm sure, wanted, this was his time. The actor. His time to shine.
He played his role well. It's just that the script that they wrote him in wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, like, first of all, you can't start off being this loser fighter and then, expect me to believe that he's going to do, what he was going to do.
Yeah, that he's the hope of the fucking universe.
Yeah, this isn't Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah. Oh when his first actual big fight was fucking Goro and then whooped his ass. So it's like,
I was not happy with Goro jobbing at all. Yeah. That's not the way Goro is supposed to be. He's not a jobber. He's not.
He's Prince Goro.
Yeah, exactly. He's supposed to be the main card. He's not supposed to be the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yep.
He's not Iron Mike Sharp, but they treated him like.
Yeah, right. So did you have anything else? What you thought on anything else on the movie?
The sets were great, and I loved that.
It was like out of the video game, right? Like a lot of that shit was.
Yeah.
It was awesome. The actors did as best as they could, I think, given the the situation.
That's one other thing. How are you going to include Melina and not Katana?
They're probably going to save her for the actual tournament movie.
Yeah, I mean, the bladed fan, real quick. I was hoping.
Well, they said something about there's a bunch of these actors are signed on for 3 films.
Yeah.
If this one does good.
If it does good, yeah.
But Melina's dead now, isn't she? Didn't he kill her?
They're gonna clone Kitana out of Melina.
Oh god.
I'm trying to remember.
Kind of go the other way.
Yeah.
She did get.
I can't remember.
They're gonna.
Oh no, she
gonna
did
totally
get. She did get. She did get axed by Sonya. So
yeah.
They're gonna do the Terminator way. Okay, the liquid metal didn't quite do it. We're gonna do liquid metal and an endoskeleton. Oh, that still didn't do it. Then we're gonna do a machine clone thing. That still didn't do it. What else can we do? We can do liquid metal and an endoskeleton, and that can split apart.
Oh,
and so they're gonna first Milena. Okay, now we're gonna clone Kitana out of her, and then we're gonna clone Jade out of Kitana and Milena.
That sounds like some West Virginia shit going on. Like, did you have anything else, Yule?
Yeah, that family sucked. I didn't want that. That's the reason why that script sucks, because they force fed a fucking like the same character in fucking Transformers. What's the name? The
Sam
Wiki family situation.
Oh yeah.
In the yeah. Okay. There was I didn't care. Nobody cares about having that dude's wife and kid in the middle of all of that shit. That was totally frustrating. But other than that,
you want to know? You want to know what else was kind of weird? I'm sorry to interrupt, but the fact that Sub-Zero didn't kill them right off the bat. That's not.
Yeah.
He had no reason to keep them alive at all. So that was way out of character from what they've already established in the movie, earlier in the movie. So he had no reason to keep them alive. And it would have been, right in Mortal Kombat's wheelhouse to kill that wife and child off. It didn't seem, something that Sub-Zero would have done to keep them alive.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. If they did kill him, and then what had happened was his whatever they call it, that mana thing, and he turned out to be Scorpion afterwards, then that would have been better, I think. I would have bought that over him killing fucking Goro the way he did with rattan furniture armor on.
Oh, God.
Yeah, his power is pretty lame.
Well, you got anything else, or are you good?
I'm good.
That's it. Me, real quick, I'll just go through mine real fast since I know Wolf's going to come back since he hasn't seen it. I think for the most part, all the characters pretty much played well except Shang Tsung. I didn't like him in that role. It was kind of weird. He was kind of like he had a stick up his ass walking around the whole time. Like, I don't know. It was kind of weird.
That's not good.
I didn't think he should have been wearing all that armor. He should have just worn his robes.
It looked like he had like big old tits underneath the armor or something. Like, it was weird. You know what I mean? Like, Shang Tsung?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, the sequences that they did were amazing. The fights were great. Just like who they got to build all the actors and everything for the characters, I think were pretty good, except Shang Tsung. It's just something weird about that one. I thought he should have been a little bit more.
I think him and Raiden should have fought.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That didn't happen.
That would have been a good climactic fight, having him and Raiden fight.
Yeah, that
not necessarily to the death or anything like that. Have something happen where
you thought it was going to happen at one point.
What's that?
You thought it was at one point.
Yeah, they looked like they were going to square off, and then all of a sudden, no.
Yeah.
Wah wah.
For me, I liked how the movie started out. I like that opening sequence. The first 10 minutes is fucking amazing. I thought.
Did they put the new Mortal Kombat theme in there?
But not really. You heard it like a little bit, but not much. But you heard some of the theme music from the games when they were fighting and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's
it was very faint, but it was like a different way that they put it. I don't know if you guys caught that watching it,
I need to see if I can.
I'd like the beginning of how they were starting to portray the story of Cole. But I think they should have done some sort of redeeming factor instead of him going against Goro to save his family, sort of thing. I think that maybe they should have saved him for something later, like the next tournament or something. But like I think I didn't mind him as much until like all of a sudden his power showed up, and you're like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like I was actually kind of disappointed in that, and I'm like, that's all. Like I was expecting him to be the next Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I was kind of hoping, but
we were hoping for that. We ended up getting Wicker Furniture, Black Panther,
and so it was kind of interesting the way that panned out. Like I wouldn't have mind like towards the end of the film, like if somehow like Scorpion, like his descendant, possessed him in a way, and then they basically fought him. That's what I kind of think they should have done in the first place.
Exactly. Agreed.
But for him just to randomly pop out of fucking thin air and then
exactly,
and then start fighting, and then they both fight him, you're just like, what? Like I'm. Yeah. But dude, I don't know if you noticed this. The guy who played Sub-Zero, was it Joe Taslim or whatever his name is?
Mm-hmm.
They said that he was too fucking fast for the camera. He had to slow down for the cameras because his punching and stuff was too quick. So he's
pulling a Bruce Lee.
Pretty much, yeah. So.
Yeah, I believe he's also from the Raid movies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, the Raid.
Those
are really good movies. Yeah.
There was also some. There was also crazy movies.
Yeah.
Just put in
he
a
was
Sky.
In the Fast and Furious.
Just fucking martial artists and just hit them. So good.
I picked up a movie recently that he did called the Swordsman, where he plays the main antagonist, and he did a pretty good job in that movie.
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
So, what would you? I mean, since the only two of us that watched it, what would you guys rate the movie? Like 1 out of 10. I mean, not critically, but I mean, if you want to do critically, if you want to do.
No, I give it a 6.5 or 7.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
that's the shit. Right.
It was entertaining. I mean, as a Mortal Kombat fan, you know, I enjoyed it, but it definitely had its flaws and had a lot of them. So,
you know what it is? I think I'll tell you why we feel this way. Like, really feel this way. The fucking trailer was so dope. It got you so juiced. Whoever directed the trailer should have directed the fucking film or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's it exactly. The trailer just hyped it up so much.
So well.
And then,
I think it was just because Cole was like sort of a letdown. You're like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's he has, you know, I forgot what those weapons are called, but he's just throwing that around. He's covered by shoes. Yeah.
It's sad. Because
they were made of shoestrings too. You're like, what the fuck? Like wicker baskets, like throwing them around. But
Jay, don't you think that it's kind of like this is? Don't you think that Hollywood should learn its lesson and like not have suits like get in the way of?
Well, look at DC.
Material?
That's what's happening with them. Like a lot of their shit.
Well, that's been going on since the beginning.
Yeah.
With them.
And but anyways, Levy, how would you said you rated it what, like a
6.5 or 7?
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Yul?
I'm leaning more towards 6 than 7 on the 6.5.
Wow, that's low.
Hey, but Starship Troopers 2 is a 5, but I love it. So.
Starship Troopers is already in the minus.
Exactly.
So for me, for a lot of the action sequences and like the nostalgia of it, I would give it like an 8. Story, I would give it like what you guys said, like right around a 7. So, like, I mean, the story didn't quite grab me as much, but it definitely seemed like it was leading into more. So,
okay,
we'll see. But that is pretty much it.
What about Wolf? Is he going?
All right, Wolf, you back? There he goes.
Oh, there he is.
He's like, I didn't want to hear all that. Sorry.
I mean, it seems like you didn't miss too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys,
Right.
that's about it for tonight.
That's
so,
about it, boys. Let's go around the yard and shout outs where you at. Start with our special guest, new friend, Mr.
Exactly.
Levi. Where can we find you?
Yeah, like I said, you can find me on the Blackout and Shout podcast. We do it every 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Our newest episode will be getting posted tomorrow. You can find us on YouTube, Podbean, Spotify. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Blackout and Shout. Thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate it. Had a good time tonight.
Dude, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you.
Likewise, man. So,
All right. Next up, Yule. Where you at?
Getting better internet, apparently. Oh, there he goes. You froze for a second with your eyes closed like you fell
He's
asleep.
kind of lagging a little bit. You good, Yule?
No, it's lagging, brother. All I heard was a lot of Matrix. Yeah, there's a lot of Matrix going on, bro.
So where can they find you?
Well, before I go back in the Matrix and disappear again, you can see me at Coco Smooth 619 at my YouTube channel, trying to show my ill-gotten gains and share it, like from Funko Pops to comic books. That's what I share. So yeah, or Instagram, Coco Smooth.
Nice.
All right. Also, look for him at your local Chuck E. Cheese in the ball pit with his Funkos.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Jay, speaking of which, did you tell me that you watched that movie, Willie, that one with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. Willy's Wonderland or whatever it was.
Oh,
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, that movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much
The
the
movie?
same thing.
Yeah.
I
What'd you
love
think?
Cage's new craziness. Like,
Well, let's save it for the next episode. Let's save it for
Yes,
the
hey,
next
we gotta get out
episode.
of here.
Yeah.
It's getting late, so.
All right, Tim, where you at?
Yo, you can find me on Facebook, Tim K's Nerd Crate, my YouTube channel, Tim K's Nerd Crate, at @the_nerd_crate on Instagram, at Tim K81 is my private account on Facebook if you want to hit me up and chop it up, and otherwise in the realm of collectors too, and seemingly a lot more now on with these fine gentlemen. So yeah, thanks to our guest Levi, having a great time as always. So yeah. Take it away,
Jason.
Oh man, Jason Lauer. You can find me in the Facebook groups or Instagram, same place, wherever fucking I decide to post. You can find me in the Realm of Collectors group. You can find me kind of scheming some of the groups, buying shit. Let's see here. You can find me being the superhero of campsites, apparently. Kidding. But no, shout out to the Total Package podcast. My wife is on there. Be sure to check them out every Thursday. That's a great podcast. Obviously my wife's on there. A couple other wives are on there. That's a good old time. Listen to them. They're Thursday nights at 9.
Nice.
And so that is pretty. Oh, and shout out to all of our friends at Roman Collectors, Bobby Skullface, and all them. Be sure to check all them out. And that's it for me. What about you, Wolfenstein?
Shout out first of all to Hurricane BX. His 3-year anniversary of Verbally Challenge, I believe, is being recorded this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Congratulations to him, dude.
Cool, man.
Congratulations to that dude.
3 years.
Friend of the show. Also, shout out to Nerd Rage Radio, episode 300 coming soon. I think it was recorded.
Wow.
So be aware, 300
Nice,
episodes.
nice.
Very impressive. Maybe we'll get there one day. Can you imagine?
You never know.
Can you imagine? I can't. You can find me, Eric Von Wolfenstein, in all of your face-to-face groups, your Instagrams, Twitters, Cameo, wherever.
TikTok,
Fans.
fans.
And
And bathroom stalls, check it out, dude's junk.
and
Maybe in the ball pit, feeling them
Oh
up
god.
too.
Oh God, love you, Wolf.
No, you don't. But yeah, again, please, one last word of advice: lock your bathroom door. Please.
I want to have a special note about my character today. I just went one full episode without one Arkansas joke to Wolf.
I don't think it counts
there
anymore.
you go. Right.
Not one.
We're moving past it finally.
Shout out to Arkansas. We love Arkansas.
So he did it. Nice.
All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me here, by the way, every Thursday.
Nice,
Sorta.
nice, dude.
And on that note, I guess that's it, boys. And good seeing you all this week. And the nerds have spoken. So we'll see you guys.
Catch you guys next week.
Nice. See you guys.